Welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Just 3 matches remain to close out the year and 3 chances for teams to pull off some major upsets today.
That's right, Puckett. Hopefully, Clayster's Royal Ravens caught some Z's after taking that L last night, because they're up first thing today against OpTic.
Then, it's the battle for LA. Can the Thieves snatch another win before the new year? Or will the Guerrillas finally grab their first victory?
And with Major I on the horizon, the winless Boston Breach are desperate to turn things around before their home event. It's a crucial matchup tonight against the trash-talking Toronto Ultra.
Oh, they're a pretty team. I don't know what all the hype is about around this match. I mean, look at the scores.
Lock in. It's the final show of 2023. Let's get it. Welcome in, everybody. It is the final day, week 2 of our qualifiers for the Major I in Boston. And so far, top dogs starting to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. Let's talk about the big 4. Who have you been looking at so far, Allie?
My top 4 right now is probably Atlanta FaZe, Toronto Ultra, OpTic Texas, and Miami Heretics.
New York!
Oh, New York too. Oh, that's tough.
Who you bumping out?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Who you bumping out, Allie? We're starting to show with some heat.
Everybody forgetting about Hydra in New York. I don't know why it always happens.
They got rings on their fingers and no one even notices them. It's awful.
I'm sorry.
We're going to have a great day today, and we've got a great week of action in store for you. If you missed the first 2 days, well, we had some close games, and then we had some series that were just blowaways. That last one, Toronto Ultra versus Royal Ravens, was an example of dominance. And tonight, you see Toronto take on Boston Breach, a team that is desperate for victory. But we start the day with OpTic versus Royal Ravens, and the Ravens had a rough closer. You mentioned it at the end of last night's show, Nameless. Now you got to wake up and play OpTic. This is a rough way to finish your week.
Yeah, they're in hell. I mean, you go up against, you saw what Scrappy was saying, talking trash. You got to somehow get rid of that right away, wake up and play against OpTic Texas. It's a tall task, man, but if they can manage to get this W, the trajectory completely changes.
Miami's done for the week, and they're going to finish with a perfect record, 3-0. Allie, when we looked at Journey yesterday, the man was on fire, a 40 bomb as he took over sub base. What did you see from the Spaniards?
Yeah, I mean, he takes a new record, right? 40 and 30, and a lot of players were talking about that possibly this record won't be beaten because of the new patch and the way the spawns are going to work. Of course, we'll have to see, but for Miami, I mean, just an incredible showing out of them. It's kind of what we expected. They're a very aggressive team. They're going to set the pace, and it wasn't just Journey yesterday. It was the whole team having their moments.
Yeah, you know, typically with like Minnesota or with Accuracy's teams as well, like they get better as the game goes on. They're always very formidable in hardpoint because they play fundamentally sound. It didn't matter going up against the Heretics. These guys are disgusting, and I'm gonna highlight a guy once again. My guy Metals was frying. Do you guys know how much damage this guy had yesterday?
How much?
A lot.
20,000. Allie, you mentioned like spawn changing and things like that.
20,000 in how many games?
4 maps. That might not get beaten. I'm gonna just like, I don't know, man. He's just been playing so well. It's a new guy every single match for this team, and you know they all have what it takes to be in this league. So I'm so happy to see them performing like this.
Nameless, in all the highlights, Metals was running the SMG, the rival, while Lucky was running that AR. What do you see from the old man on the roster?
I mean, he's just playing very well, like especially in the search and destroys, almost clutching 1v4s. He's actually picking up a ton of first bloods, which is something I didn't expect, seeing that he does have that MCW in hand. And for them, their next match will be against Seattle Surge. That'll be their opportunity to get that quote-unquote signature win. We'll see how they stack up.
Vamos! On to the new year for Miami. They play Saturday, January 13th. Mark your calendar or sync your calendar if you're super smart. You can get a calling card. We'll tell you about that later in the show. For now, we got to keep recapping some of these matches. We talked with Miami. We talked with Toronto as well. After Toronto displaced the Royal Ravens, we caught up with Scrap. Here's what he had to say.
Dill brings a lot of, leadership. He's been, been the champs a few times, won champs. He has a lot of experience. He just brings overall just, more teamwork to us. Our comms, I don't know, but I feel like our comms, for me, it just feels way better. And everyone on this team on someone at any given moment. So, it's a good feeling.
They're liking the new addition. The Pack-a-Punch is proven to be worth every penny. You look at the numbers here. This man's in the top 4 when it comes to KD, Allie.
Fourth with a 1.6 is insane. And any other time of the year, that's easily first place. But you heard it from Scrap yesterday. I mean, as soon as Dylan got added into the roster, it just felt perfect. They meshed right away. And I saw a comment on Twitter the other day that Dylan's been teaming with Octane. Of course, he's going to have really good comms, and I couldn't agree more. And I'm excited to see what Toronto Ultra have to do later today.
Incredible stuff from Toronto so far, but you've only played 2 matches. In those 2 matches, though nameless, what have you learned from the Purple Squirrels?
I mean, they're a force to be reckoned with, right? They made that change for a reason. They got smoked in the World Championship last year, so they know what it takes to get there. They don't know what it takes to win just yet in terms of a ring, and that's why they bring in Envoy, because he does. And Envoy, what he's been doing with this team has been fantastic. Him and Kleenex were dynamic, especially in the Search and Destroy. I mean, those guys went 17-8 combined with 5 First Bloods. That's exactly what you want to see out of this team. They've always been sound across game modes, but Search and Destroy being that backbone. So for Toronto Ultra, I'm excited to see what they can do, especially at the Boston Major. Going to be one of our favorites.
I completely agree. And unfortunately, the Royal Ravens now fall to 1-2. And they didn't get to sleep too peacefully last night because of what Toronto Ultra had to say, specifically Scrappy, after that matchup. And now they have to play against OpTic Texas, who have an insane respawn. So for Carolina Royal Ravens, it might take a miracle.
Scrap, you want to talk your smack against the Ravens? Well, if you missed it, here's what he said live.
We knew we were going to come in and handle business. They're a pretty team. I don't know what all the hype is around this match. I mean, look at the scores.
He's not wrong.
Toronto plays Boston tonight, putting on that undefeated record against a team that took Atlanta the distance on opening day here of the new season. Remember, that matchup is again at 6 p.m. Do we get to a game 4 in that match?
I think so.
Yeah.
Feeling it?
I think
Toronto and Boston, absolutely.
It could be a good game, honestly.
Do we get to a game 5?
Possibly. I mean, you got to think about the roster that Boston has.
I'm gonna be honest.
All right. Well, let's keep talking here on the desk and keep it flowing here on the show, because we've got a lot to get through. Those were your first 2 matches. Toronto looking pretty clean. We talked with Texas after their victory, and Shotzzy felt like he didn't really need to play yesterday.
It feels good. Honestly, that entire series, I was not honestly doing much, which is, I guess not. Well, yeah, I wasn't really doing much. My teammates were honestly just doing everything. I felt like we played really good in terms of our fundamentals, and that's what just kept us throughout the series. And obviously winning the search was huge for us. But yeah, I didn't do anything today. Honestly, they just won 4-3. So shout out to my teammates.
OpTic Camp with a rough opening to the season. After that, they've won back-to-back matches, and they've made it look easy. Pred has been dropping the numbers as the Australian shows that his salary is definitely worth it.
Yeah, and we got to interview Pred, right, before this series, and he was like, people are already calling a lot of flack. It's only the first couple matches of the season, and I think this matchup, they definitely reminded them why Pred was added to his roster, as well as Kenny, as I finally take this dub over a Seattle Surge that was kind of riding the wave. Everybody kind of was high up on Seattle, thinking they might be able to steal this series. OpTic Texas shut that door very quickly with some dominant respawns and was still able to take a search and destroy.
It's not just Pred, though. He's running the SMG. Meanwhile, Dashy running that AR. And feels like Dashy has a lot of pressure lifted from his shoulders this year. He's contributing with the 1.39, but it doesn't look like he's sweating to get it.
Yeah, it feels like the nature of MW3 a little bit. He also does have like a great player in Kenny coming into the team that could sort of be that leader and put Brandon in positions to sort of just play his life, get the cross in certain spots, play the power spots. These are traditional old Call of Duty maps. That's what Dashy has been doing, and you can see it reflects in the statistics. Yes, he has the great KD, but the non-traded kill percentage, 81%. That is ridiculous. He's getting kills, staying alive, and holding down the power spots, which is leading to guys like Pred to put up stats like that.
Allie, let's talk about it. Favorite part of OpTic Texas right now?
My favorite part of OpTic Texas right now, it honestly has to be Kenny. I love the addition to Kenny. I feel like he fits right at home with this roster, and he's been looking amazing since the start of the season so far. And usually, Kenny is that slow warm-up. Usually, we kind of see him in form near the later half. So the fact that he's comfortable right now spells pretty scary for the rest of the league.
Well, let's take a look at OpTic's schedule, because they will close out the final day of 2023 here at the COD League with the matchup against Clayster and the Royal Ravens. The old man with some fresh talent on his side, looking to cause an upset, as will the Guerrillas, looking for their first win over LA Thieves. We closed it out, though, in a must-win battle. Boston Breach, you need a dub. Can you get it against one of the league's best? We find out in our Monster Energy matchup at the end of the night. We go to a break. We come back. It's your first battle of the day. Old man Clay causing chaos. Let's see if he can do it against the green wall.
The process of transferring over into civilian life is a real challenge. The fact that the endowment's sole mission is to assist with that process, I think, is pretty admirable. My hope in this partnership with the Call of Duty Endowment is that I can help other veterans come home and find new jobs, new purpose, new missions, still serving others.
Ready to kick it off in the city of Boston, where champions are born.
City, you hear signs when we sleep. Heaven sent, hands down, vibes so unique.
Welcome back, everybody. Right before the holidays, we're fitting in some Call of Duty League. OpTic Texas taking on the Carolina Royal Ravens, and this battle is ready. So let's get right into it, starting with the OpTic lineup. You made some changes from last season. You brought in some new talent, and now we're seeing them with a 2-1 record. Allie, where do you have them right now amongst the best teams?
They're definitely top 4 for me currently. I think their SD needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but their hardpoint has been disgusting. Since that first matchup against New York Subliners, they lost by over an 100-point deficit in that map number 1. Since then, haven't lost a hard point, so they quickly learned their lesson, and that's what's really putting them ahead in most of these series.
You know what? The game is loading up. So, Nameless, I'm skipping straight to the predictions, and I think we're all going the same way today. I'll start it off, make it official. Let's turn that green. 12-6. Darn, I'm good at guessing.
13-5. Let's go, baby. Green wall.
And green, catch up to us.
At least I'm positive. I'm going with OpTic Texas as well.
All right.
Can't catch you guys.
All right.
Not
well,
today.
the match is ready, and we have to welcome back two beautiful faces. Hello, Bryce Tacular and Study. Let's get this going.
Hello, mate.
Thank you. Yes, we are back once again, and I'm happy to be here working with Study for this game. It is a little bit of a David and Goliath, though.
Yeah, it is. Definitely, my friend Bryce. You know, I missed you, man. I missed you. It's good to catch with you, bro. But this match, yeah, long 2 weeks. But this match is about to be insane, bro. Because obviously Carolina, they stepped up yesterday head-to-head versus Toronto, and they got everything beat out of them. It wasn't close. And now you're waking up the next day going up against OpTic Texas, who have been looking in this prime form, man. Everything is starting to click, even if they're winning Search and Destroys now, because we know this team is disgusting at respawns. But they're taking Search and Destroys now. So if you are Carolina, everyone's got to be on point today.
They certainly do. They are the underdog. They're the underdog in this one. OpTic Texas have formed a super team. We'll wait to see how that team does play out for the rest of the season as we start to get mixy on P1.
Yeah, we're over towards the P1 side. You know, OpTic, they're starting off on the bad side, so they're more focused on, can we try to slip on through to flip these spawns? We're not really worried about this P1 time. If we can contest it, even better. But you already see Pred with the route right through bottom mid, trying to find a timing, and he's able to lead to 2 for OpTic to get the break.
And it's the reason there was so much speculation around Pred in the off-season. They wanted him for a long time, and he's trying to just put it to pay, but Priestahh will shut it down. A great start from Ravens here. They needed to lock in that P1 and get the time ticking on this hard point.
Oh, yeah, they definitely needed that time because they lost the spawns for the next hill. You had 2 players from OpTic Texas hit that tunnel route. They said, okay, you can take 40 seconds off of the P1. We're going to get a full 60 off of P2. And I'm pretty sure I heard Chance say it yesterday in his cast. Little sample size because it's only been 2 weeks, but this is the best hill ever created to get a full 60. So let's see if OpTic can do it here.
Yeah, wide open sight lines. It's going to be difficult for the Ravens. You can see them already spreading across the map. They are looking for a way to get through this now, but Shotzzy with the first one to find somebody. He knows where Real is, and that player's going to go down. Doesn't manage not to get away. One player down as well as Gwyn comes through, and now the squeeze here from the Ravens, but they cannot penetrate this. P2 is so difficult to get the numbers in position with all these sight lines, and Tunnel is a blender for them.
Yeah, they just can't get through. Even when they found a couple kills over towards the back junkyard side, you still had one player in GODRX who was taking his time towards Tunnel, trying to block those spawns and set up that pinch. But when his teammates didn't find any of the kills, OpTic were still able to hold on with a couple close spawns over towards Sicket. So they're going to be able to take the lead right on back. A great 60 hold. But how do they respond now off the rotation? You already have 2 players in that position. Gun number 6, which is going to be GODRX. You're a little bit late to the party, my friend.
Gwyn managed to take Pred off the board here for just a few seconds. Numbers in favor of the Ravens. OpTic Texas do have the position, but they will have to hold. Will Ravens get there in time, though? They have to try and make a push and get the numbers into it before, but Shotzzy already find one, and he backs off, staying alive as Real gets another kill. At the moment, the Ravens are pushing back OpTic with the kills in the kill feed, and they've managed to get this one away.
Yeah, the good thing for them is that they are sitting bottom mid. They're taking control of bottom mid, getting those close spawns, so they have those engagements right in front of them once they come off, and so far they've been able to hold on. Let's step aside and go to Elicited with Carolina to see how they take this lead.
I'm gonna go Shotzzy. Yeah, what's your bottom mid? He's going in laundry. He's like, low fire. Yo, one is green, down. Laundry dead, I got him. One's down, Dashy. I'll clear your top push. He was up, okay?
Tell me, there's 2 there too.
One top in window. One top flat, one at all. One top flat, one at all. Big win, nice. Yo, one top flat, one at all.
Snoopy, he's in tunnel.
Yo, I'm trying to keep pushing.
Running down tunnel.
Ready?
Yo, top fire.
One shot, Freddy. Okay, yo, one is go to steps. Top fire, one bullet.
Fire right if he wants something.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap back up. Okay, yo, I found DP5. There's one DP1, boys. There's one DP1. Ready?
Yo, one's on back door.
I'm flanking bottom mid. He's close back door, guys.
One shot.
That's man. One don't need the fire. I found go to the right. Purple, one shot, purple, one shot. One of them might just behind us. Shotzzy lane now, close up. I'm ulti, guys. Ready, I'm challenging close. He was. Yeah, I need to push. I need to push. Dashy and Kenny.
Both got
I'm weak as fuck. Okay, I got naded.
Front door, Kenny, challenge you.
And the Ravens are chirping, trying to keep a little to OpTic as they fall by the wayside there. These late rotations are doing them no favors.
Yeah, it's not helping. It's not helping, Bryce. You got to be at that hill nice and early, especially versus a team like OpTic who are going to put themselves in a position to win the game. And even with them contesting Barbershop the way that they did, they do not have the spawns for the next P5 hill, which is another 60 hill. OpTic are going to be fully set up. You do have Real, though, pushing through tunnel, causing some problems. He does take down one, but he drops, and now it all falls into the hands of Dashy. How many more can he get? It leads to Kenny finding the third, and OpTic Texas, again, win a rotation. But GODRX, he's trying to make something happen.
Real needs to make this kill, not gonna be able to do it, and will be GODRX now pushed into the corner. A green wall surrounding him as he almost finds Kenny, as Gwyn managed to find two himself. A little bit of light here for the Ravens. They've been pushed back every single step of the way, but it doesn't matter if they get into the point, and that is what they have done. GODRX still has to stay alive. Dashy is gonna be up top P2, looking over him, trying to make this move as more players flood in, and eventually he will fall. It's great from the Ravens, but just not good enough on the rotation again.
Yeah, it just all came down to Dashy, man. The fact that he stays alive, top P2, gets 2 kills, and then finds the final 2 of the players pushing up towards Ticket, and is now soaking up that hill time. Carolina, no. This is not going to be an easy break, and we do not want to be too aggressive here and give them that free rotation over towards P1, because OpTic Texas, they're all starting to turn up. Dashy on the 5 spree, 1 kill off of earning that cruise missile. Not going to be really impactful on this map, but you always want to have one if you can afford it. And now we're going into the second half of these rotations. OpTic Texas, they're going to be trying to focus on that P2, but great kill right there out of Real, and the player that's coming off of old, and Kenny, has to now play it slow.
They got a lot of time with this P1 last time. Pred already making the move here. Here comes the squeeze. Dashy will get the second kill. Clayton needs to oh my! It's Pred. Gwyn trying to get the trade here for his team, but he will fall as well. And that break was lightning fast. There is no reason for the Ravens to fall that easily, and they are going to be ruining that. They needed these points.
They definitely need these points, especially if you're not going to have the rotation towards next. You already have a player from OpTic Texas in that position, and it's Dashy. He basically lives in towards top P2. He's allowing all of his teammates to just soak up all this P1 time, and this game is starting to slowly get away from the Ravens. They need to find a break. They need to get this 30, and with Clayster finding that kill, eventually leads to that break for this 30 seconds.
And this is where the game could change. Realistically, the Ravens will have P1, but it is not about this hill anymore. We are off to the next. OpTic have thrown up the curtain. They have got their surroundings covered in every single direction.
Oh my.
The Ravens, their first push has fallen. The hill has not popped yet, but they now have to go across the map and break this quickly, or this could be the death knell.
They have to just find a way through. It all starts by taking down Pred out of garage. Now you can push through Ticket side. You can push through the garage, forcing all of OpTic Texas to spawn over towards tunnel. But if you're not getting any kills, they're not going to spawn anywhere. That's another 4 dead in the feed. OpTic Texas trying to have 2 full 60 hold at this P2. I told you, Bryce, this is a pretty good damn hill to hold full 60s.
You just cannot get through. There are too many trades. There are too many angles to look at. Tunnel is closed off. Kenny's going to hold the first one down as well. Dashy will be on the overwatch. He'll get the trade for him. Doesn't even need to get that second kill here. Kenny, he's on a 5 streak. Dashy's on 5 as well. And the Ravens have no choice but to take this in the teeth and rotate.
And you already see on your minimap, though, Bryce, you have players from OpTic Texas rolling around top mid. Shotzzy does get taken care of, but now it's on Pred. What can he get done? Shots going to be put down. Not going to lead to a kill, but now he's just going to play his life, wait for his teammates to try to get near him to make a play. No, Gwyn shuts him down. So finally, Carolina are going to be the team here first.
They are, but Shotzzy's here as well. There's 2 flying around, doing everything he can as well. Sees GODRX. GODRX sees him as well. Shotzzy doesn't win that gunfight, but it's not going to matter. OpTic are going to be into the point here. Clayster will try and find his first kill onto them, but they now have to hold for everything. The Ravens must not take a step backwards.
You got to apply the pressure. You have to find these kills, and at least started off with a good 2-piece. Now it's time to fly, and unfortunately, the trophy system takes down Pred, but Dashy there for the trade. OpTic Texas, they get the break, and they can win the game here.
They do have a little bit of numbers here, Ravens. They're going to go for this one more time, as they will lose if they don't. But they're just finding bodies drop all the time when they're going for these pushes. They cannot get the trades going their direction. And with 9 seconds left to go, the Ravens are making a move, but there is nothing for them but defeat. And that will go to OpTic Texas. It is no way for the Ravens to start off day number 2 after the defeat they had yesterday.
Yeah, that's just tough, man. That's just tough. You gotta go. You go to sleep getting 3-0 by Toronto. Then you gotta wake up and play this gauntlet of a roster in OpTic Texas in Respawn specifically. That now puts them at 6-1 in hard points. They made that one look pretty easy. It just came down to the fundamentals, Bryce. You're breaking P1 or at least contesting P1. All good. You can take that 40. We're gonna get a full 60 every single time at P2. They made sure they had the rotation towards that side of the map. And as the game continued to go on, when you thought Carolina were going to decide to give up certain hills, when they should be properly set up for the next hill, they were still leaving openings to allow OpTic Texas to make their way into the hill and make it scrappy to eventually lead to the break. OpTic was just a step ahead in map number 1, and they dominating that scoreboard.
It was kind of crazy the entire way through. You got to remember there was a good amount of points you can see here in the replay, 43-10. They got that on P1. We knew when P2 popped, it was always going to be difficult, right? Realistically, you are going to suffer through this hill time and time again if you cannot make it mixy, if you cannot find the trades. The problem was, the entire way through this hard point, the Ravens were late. They were late to these breaks, they were late to the rotation, and then when they got in a good position, they were broken. We saw Shotzzy do it, we saw Pred do it. They were getting trades that they shouldn't have been able to get that easily, which just meant it's starting to get really out of control.
And now if you are Carolina, you just got to let this one go, Bryce, because that's a beatdown in map number 1. And now you're going into a search and destroy where this is the weakest mode for OpTic Texas. This is where you can capitalize and try to tie the series up at 1. But SND for Carolina really hasn't been easy as well. They only have 1 win in every single mode. And the 1 win that they have is in a reverse sweep versus Vegas for every single mode. So it's not going to be easy. It's not like OpTic Texas aren't putting in work on the back end when it comes to search and destroy. We just watched them take down Seattle pretty easily with Dashy clutching 1v3. So they are going to continue to get better. Carolina just has to step it up in the search and destroy. And I think the most thing that I'm focused on is that opening duel percentage, because for some reason with Carolina, they are probably the worst team in the league at winning that 1v1 right off the rip. So you have to turn it around. You have to get the first bloods.
Yeah, but we've said it before and we will say it again. Search and destroy, it can be a palette cleanser. It can be a bit of a difference maker. The pace changes, the setups are different. And realistically, going into this one, the Carolina Royal Ravens need a reset.
Oh, yeah.
They need a rebirth, they need a resurgence, they need all the R's they can find, because realistically, it has not been a great time for them.
But now we take a look at our Monster Energy pregame for the Carolina Royal Ravens. They have to improve on early rounds of search and destroy. Like I said, their opening duel win percentage, 33%. That's going to be difficult to win when you're starting a couple of these rounds 3v4. 10th in overall conversion rate, that's not good. SMGs and opening duel percentage, those guys got to step it up. And then also, their defense is on control. Gotta be better, man. 10th overall defensive win percentage on control in this game. That's not good. 0 defensive wins on High-Rise and Karachi. And what I think about control in this game, Bryce, it's defensive heavy. Probably besides Karachi. That's the only map that you can sneak out a couple offensive wins. You gotta be able to lock those defenses down.
Yeah, you certainly do. And the Ravens, they'll be looking forward for the rest of this series to try and play a little bit better than they did yesterday. On the other side of it, though, OpTic Texas really making a name for themselves. Everybody has them top 4 at the moment, and a Monster Energy pre-game. Hardpoint Kings, that was been very clear in the one we just saw. 5-1 record, plus 38 average score margin, so even better today. And a tale of 2 sides in S&D. They're 3rd in attack, but 11th in defense. If they can find this, if they can improve it moving forward, maybe they can make a run for some serious majors this year.
Well, I can tell you right now, that percentage is definitely going to go up playing some Terminal, because if you're losing defenses, you're most likely going to lose the map. This is one of the most difficult maps to play on the attacking side because of all the angles that you now have to check, or the angles that you now need to approach when you're pushing up towards Røkkr and you have to fight the head glitches on the Eskies, or fight top 3, or when you're pushing towards mid hallway. You got so many different angles that they can spot you from. It's not easy to win offenses, so defense has got to be locked up on a map like Terminal.
Well, let's find out. Is this the tale of another beating by an elite level team of OpTic? Or do the Ravens have something in the back pocket ready to strike back? That is the question for them. You never count a team out, especially on S&D. And for the Ravens, maybe just a little bit of an uptick. Maybe a change of mentality will help them out here in Terminal. For OpTic, a time to sharpen the blade, see if they can get better in S&D as well. So we start off with them on the attack.
Oh, and this is good for OpTic Texas to be on the attacking side, because there's no trophy systems to work with if you are Carolina. You probably don't want to be too aggressive in towards top Eskies, or if you are, at least have multiple bodies on that side of the map, and it plays right into what OpTic Texas are looking for. All out push in towards the plane. They're going to be able to take control. How long do they wait to put this bomb down, though?
Just waiting, just double checking there's nobody at the back there. Kenny just staying alive. They have good plane control. When this going down, they do have the opportunity for it, but Real already finds Kenny. That bomb will go down. It will be the Ravens with the number advantage, but with bomb down, it is a difficult break for them.
Yeah, you see the way that the minimap is right now for Carolina. You have Gwyn, who's slowly trying to work his way up to Røkkr or playing for that late flank, but now 30 seconds left. Time is starting to tick. We have to get in plane. We have to get some info. Dashy at least is able to even up the numbers, making it 3v3 now.
We're waiting for his team to get into place here. Gwyn, that's a huge win for him as well. Clayster will get another one. Only one player left is Shotzzy. They've got to know where it is. A 1 versus 3 at the back of the plane, last alive. Can he find this? Can he get it? Everybody lines up, but it isn't going to work for them. They will get to the defuse. Clayster will cut down Gwyn, but he cuts down Shotzzy, and that's good enough.
That's good. That's a good retake right there out of Carolina. Even though the bomb goes down in a 4v4, Real gets the wall bang to find the first blood, and then in a 3v4 situation, they just take their time. But let's take a look at it again. Shotzzy, I thought he was going to make a play happen, but Clayster said, nope, I'm going to kill all of you guys in front of me to make sure I get this trade, and we win this round as Carolina win the first defense, now up 1-0.
I think Gwyn was a little bit worried there that he got it in the way. It could have gone disastrously, but it did not. And now Ravens, with a point on the board, will have their chance to attack, and it's looking like a heavy hit over towards A already.
Oh, man, you better be ready if you are Shotzzy. And it looks like he's read it perfectly. He's backing down up. He's going to be prone, ready for the engagement. At least takes down one before the trade is in. But now they know where the pressure is and how that sets up Pred to set up that deep pinch and take down Clayster. So let's just hold him in towards plane. Let's not do anything freaky. And that's what Dashy does. Now it's a 3v1 left up to GODRX.
Yep, aggressive there. GODRX now left alive, trying to stay alive. They all know where he is and run straight back into the gun of Kenny. Huge retake there from OpTic Texas. They lost the first blood, but they got everything else.
Yeah, they got all the information. That was all that was really needed in the beginning of that round. They knew where the pressure was coming in, and that allows Shotzzy to get one, but also allows Pred to go right through the middle map, right up the hallway, and find that kill in towards Library onto Clayster. And once you get that kill, you know that the last two players are going to be trapped in towards the plane. You take them down, you secure the round. 1-1. All defense so far.
Again, OpTic choosing to play A side here, but a little bit of a slower push. They spread out for it. Lynn's trying to stay alive. His stun has gone through. Now, did Real call that out? I think he did. Sounds there's people going into the plane, but Clayster's also being pulled about here. OpTic have got everything everywhere, and now they've taken plane control.
Just curious about the timing, though, because obviously Clayster was checking multiple different angles. I don't know if he spotted the player crossing towards the bomb, so OpTic are going to be able to get this bomb down for free. They should have trophy systems to where the attacks are not going to be as useful as round number one, but 35 seconds left. Kenny finds the first.
Real desperate trying to find a pick here. Gwyn will find one. It goes down to a 3 versus 3. It's not as good for the Ravens this time around, though, and Dashy still alive, still holding. Going to get this one as well. Easy peasy. Dashy just guns him out of the sky. And OpTic Texas, a much better hold for them after plane control. You've got to ask yourself there, realistically, the Ravens just didn't call that one at all.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, Bryce, because you get the info right off the rip. You have Real, who's sitting towards lower plane. He watches two players cross in, but no one else is in a position to at least help him or call out the cross towards bomb. When you allow that bomb to go down for free, with Clayster getting some bad timing, all it takes is for OpTic Texas to find one kill and then trade everything after that. And that's exactly what happened for them to secure the first attack.
Now with OpTic getting two here, Shotzzy going to hold plane again. It's going to be a big push. Does he get the stun? He does. Will be calling out to his teammates. Hey, they're here. Doesn't matter. Clayster will take down Pred. Shotzzy still waiting. He has made them stop for just a second. And with Ravens having that first blood, do they change their mind?
I guess that's the play call that's coming in. Clayster gets that first blood into the player bottom red, so you know there's not going to be any aggression up towards the top side of the Eskies, but great team shots to at least try to back down Kenny, but he's not going anywhere. We got Dashy right behind him. Dashy's able to find one, makes it a 3v3, leads to Kenny finding a second. All of a sudden, it's a ban advantage for OpTic Texas.
Yeah, they run away after the first blood and run straight into 2 ARs set up and ready for him. GODRX and Gwyn. Can they turn this round around? You see, they don't have bomb, they don't have positioning, they don't have map control. All they do have is 30 seconds in a prayer. Dashy already taken down GODRX, and Gwyn will have to perform a miracle here in Terminal.
Yep, just Gwyn left in a 1v3. He gets picked apart, and it does not matter. Even with Clayster finding the first blood, Carolina still lead to the L on the round. I thought they had a great adjustment. When they get that first kill, you all rotate back towards Røkkr, but then when you played slow like the way that they did, you had Kenny one shot, you probably just want to be aggressive up towards the Eskies, but when you allow Dashy to get into the play, and now you got two of probably the best ARs in the game shooting over you on a head glitch, that's not going to be an easy task to get done, but that leads to Kenny now on a 4 streak and Dashy on a 5 going into round 5.
On the attack, it might be a bit better here for the Ravens. They cannot give up A control that they have so many times, but OpTic aren't really going for it. They're looking to see if they can make a pick here. Kenny is just throwing bullets. Doesn't find them. Dashy goes for a check himself, but they don't find anyone. At the moment, a little bit of time burnt, but no position gained.
Just trying to see how Carolina are going to be set up on their defensive side. You know, they've been trying to go aggressive every single time towards A, but GODRX with the first blood onto Dashy. Sorry, Shotzzy, that's not probably the best gun for that situation, but at least Carolina shuts down that cruise missile on the side of Dashy. Puts them in a man advantage, and it looks like OpTic Texas have made the call. We're going to go take plane again.
Oh, he knows he's there. Shotzzy just playing with him. Put his toe in and pulled it straight back out. They are outnumbered, but they are trying to get into the position. Shotzzy all the way around the flank. If he gets into this, it may be different. Real is going to get cut down. Nobody had the back of the plane for him. And now Shotzzy will get in himself. Gwyn, though, gets it back here. Time is running against OpTic. The Ravens have put a squeeze hold on them. Surely they convert this round.
Oh, yeah, they definitely convert the round after Gwyn finds that nade kill onto Pred. Oh, but Shotzzy, hold on. All right, yeah, there it is. The wall bang comes in. That was great work from Gwyn. Even with Real only watching the front side of plane and Shotzzy making his way towards the back, he makes the play happen right through orange ramp, finds the first kill, and then the second one with the nade onto Pred to shut down that bomb plant. Beautiful retake out of Carolina to secure the defense.
It is, and you got to say they held their nerve just a bit. I was worried when Real got taken. They managed to just keep it together, and that's on the back of Gwyn playing the slide perfectly. FaZe here looking for another first pick, but not found anything so far. Carolina, no obvious entry for them. You can see how OpTic is stacked. They have not given a lot of control over to B.
Yeah, just trying to play for that aggressive A push again, because you probably, if you're Carolina, you don't want to go towards B knowing that Dashy and Kenny are on that side of the map. So they're just slowly trying to work their way up through library. Great shoulder out of Dashy to get some info, stay alive. And now time is still starting to count down. 55 seconds left, and it looks like Carolina have made the decision. We're going towards the plane, but OpTic are going to be here.
Here we go. Bodies piled through the door. Everybody onto it now. Real's there. Pred and Shotzzy still alive. They do not know Pred is here. They have no idea. And while they've got into this play, they've got to be careful. Here we go. Sneaky Pred finds the first. Goes for the channel. Does not get it. GODRX and Shotzzy though combining. And eventually they go down as Kenny swoops in for that final kill. Clayster left alone in a 1 versus 3. It was not an airplane entry they wanted.
And I was wondering why OpTic was set up on their defense the way that they were. You had Shotzzy getting the info if they go in plane. You had Dashy towards bottom red watching low plane. But then Pred tucking himself for that corner. That is one of those next level rounds that you're caught off guard by. You're thinking, all right, no one's in plane. We are going to be able to get this bomb for free, especially when Shotzzy puts down a couple shots towards back ladder. But then when Pred gets that kill, it now allows Shotzzy to go up there, find the trade, and then sets up his teammates to find the rest. That was a textbook defensive round right there out of OpTic Texas.
I love the way Shotzzy just baited for Pred. They had no idea. And now they're being aggressive here. Kenny already taking down Gwyn. Huge kill over towards B, and now if they can just push this out. But no, they've decided to pull the Ravens across the map. They said, we've got first blood, but we're hitting plane. We like it there. And it's time to hit the Jets.
They're ready to take a trip, Bryce. I don't know where they're going, but they have been flying all over the world in this plane as the bomb is now going to get planted. A couple wall bangs coming in from Clayster to try to find a kill. It does lead to one, though. But at the same time, they take down Real to make it a 3v2. OpTic still in the man advantage.
Pred's gonna get away as well. Dashy takes down GODRX and Clayster. That's not falling off the map, but it is falling into a death. Another round for OpTic Texas. The Ravens cannot catch a break.
They're just picking them apart, Bryce. Like, you find the first blood towards top Skyz. Now you're thinking that all our pressure is going to be towards that B bomb. Nope. We hit you with the mind games. We get that first kill. We rotate back and then instantly take plane control. Put the bomb down. Find all the kills. And now that puts OpTic Texas at game point. It's just been next level search and destroy so far, Bryce.
It has. It really, really has. And there's coming a huge hit. The Ravens have said, all right, we're going for it.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for the 2-piece. Thank you for the stat padding. Pred's here as well. Real's in trouble. He gets the kill. Down to a 2 versus 2. Dashy, though, to the rescue. Has to back off. A 1 versus 2 now for Real for the map. And there's only hope left, but it will fall as Shotzzy gets him. The Ravens rolled the dice, but it was not good enough.
Wasn't even close, Bryce. Was not close. They said, listen, nothing is working for us on our attacking rounds. Let's just throw all the strategies out the window. Let's apply all this pressure towards B. And unfortunately, it leads to Kenny lining up 2 headshots for the first opening kills. And then everyone else just traded after that. We were worried about OpTic Texas being good at search and destroy. Well, you ain't got to be worried, man. These guys are going to figure it out, and they showed it on full display there to now go up 2-0.
Well, we said maybe the Ravens stood a chance here. They really didn't. Their first round went well, but the rest of the time they weren't able to counter OpTic's aggression in towards the plane over and over again. And even when they had the first bloods, never looked confident enough. And it was just better setups, better strategies, better trades. OpTic Texas all the way.
And now you're down 0-2 in this series. Going into a Karachi control where it's not going to be easy going up against OpTic Texas. They did lose this map in their series. Yes, I mean, this series 2 days ago, but it doesn't even matter. They got all the momentum on their side. So Carolina need to go on break. They need to come back ready to go and try to complete another reverse sweep.
Well, it's going to be a difficult kind of one for them, realistically. A full reverse sweep is what the Ravens do need. Can they find it against a super team? Can they take down OpTic Texas in what would be one of the biggest upsets so far this year, even though we're 2 weeks in? We're going to need a miracle. They're going to need a prayers. We are going to end up seeing you after the break to find out how Destiny falls.
His position's still concealed. Here comes the break attack. That stun doesn't maybe fully affect him. Oh! Still able to find Real. Whoa! From Nero. Purge helps out for his trade. And it's all Vegas. Thanks to Nero hiding in a corner.
Only see the trophy inside the hill for LAG. Putting players down. Pretty well known. He's soaking up the time and keeping these players damaged, or at least dead. And that on a force spree, 2 in hand. A minute hard point win we have seen so far. The quick effort from Ultra. Nearly the Manslayer as well.
Yeah, the biggest we've seen so far. Clay with the rival 9. Can he catch timing?
Oh no.
Going quickly. Doesn't see the initial. Tries to hop this. Real has to play bodyguard. Stay down, Mr. President. Purge just tries to bait off the door. And Clay says, not so fast, young man.
We might be witnessing a breakdown.
It's not over yet. Skyz has got to hold these players back. Forward you go. LAG has managed to step forward. Skyz are on top. I don't believe what we're seeing. They're in New York. Map 1.
Fight going down now. Solo 4 versus 4. No one threw the first blood. Find the smoke. Just tries to fly right on through. He does it. Slides through 1. Looking for 3 now is Simp. Got a chance to make the play. Chance potentially for the ace. There's 3. Bye-bye! Simp with the ace and the 1v2 clutch to shut it down in round 1.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty Week is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Don't miss out on all the action at the first Call of Duty League Major, hosted by the Boston Breach, this January 25th to the 28th at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway in Boston. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to callofdutyleague.com for more info.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We have OpTic Texas against the Carolina Royal Ravens, and at the moment, it's a little bit one-sided. OpTic Texas putting the Ravens to the sword, Sonny.
Yeah, they're putting them to bed, man, tucking them in. They said, you woke up nice and early for this match, you might as well go get some more rest. And as we take a look at this billboard between the SMG battles in control, obviously Pred 1.33, he's been outstanding. But on the opposite side, Gwyn, he's been basically the only shining light for this Carolina Ravens roster in control. The only player over 1.0 KD, and it's sitting at a 1.45. So that SMG and Gwyn has got to be ready for that SMG and Pred, because those guys are going to have a battle.
They certainly are. Let's see how the teams stack up around them. The Ravens trying to do the impossible. They folded yesterday against a top 4 team, and they're not doing well against another one today. But fate can change on the basis of a single map, and maybe the greatest team talk anyone's ever had. Because look at this, 2.3 Dashy in map 1 has hit a new hardpoint KD record right here, right now.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, bro. And I know I don't even want to bring about, like, this guy's got the new record, but GODRX might have the lowest record. I'm pretty sure so far in the series he got like 10 kills, Bryce. Yeah, GODRX, we got to spawn in, brother. We got to lock in. We got to get into this game.
Well, let's see what happens. Already both teams moving into the first positions, you can see. It does look like the Ravens trying to get into this point as fast as they can. GODRX getting that first kill. Real getting another one is a good opening set here for the Ravens.
That's a perfect start right there for Carolina. Already pressure in towards A. You stop the clock, and you're already applying the pressure towards the back end as Riel's trying to put himself in a position to play for a couple spawn kills, but you already force OpTic Texas to potentially give up this A point if they can't find any kills, and win towards this top AC positioning is just being the cutoff man. Well, you only have one player in towards the 8 points, so OpTic, they still have some time just in case they want to pressure towards A.
You see, they're already thinking, can we get in here? Can we lock this down? Can we make this incredibly one-sided? Gwyn keeps moving. Got support with him as well, but they've fallen just at the last second, and GODRX finds himself alone and absolutely destroyed by Dashy. And they had so much control, and now they've lost everything.
Yeah, that's the scary part right there, Bryce, because when you leave one player on the 8 point, if none of your teammates get kills and all of OpTic find the kills, they now apply the pressure and potentially put you in the spawn trap. So now if you are Carolina, they do take a lot of map control over towards B, but you see the rest of OpTic Texas, they're thinking, we're going to have this guy in a headlock off spawn. You're not going to go anywhere if you're GODRX as Dashy finds that kill.
Big kill by Real. They're trying to get some points on it, but Dashy takes down Clayster, and you can see he's just moving around, trying to keep this clock from ticking down too fast as they get on the way, but Dashy's on a 5 streak himself. Pred keep on moving, and Real's now going to be sweating. Can I just complete this A? Can I just give us some more time? And he does. Still hope for the Ravens on this one.
Yeah, 21-21 and lives remaining. Exactly where you want to be if you are Carolina. Now you just have to find this next wave of kills, and unfortunately they try to push to the middle of the map, and they find Pred. Leads to 2. The trade is eventually there, but now you have to slow down if you are Real. The farthest player pushed up. Nope. Screw slowing down. We're just going to go gun Kenny out of his socks, and he finds one, leads to Gwyn finding a second. Now Gwyn's in a great position, Bryce, to make a play happen.
It is based on him. They will search for him. They will know roughly where he is, but at the moment they're ignoring him. GODRX will fall, and Gwyn, while he's been here at this time, hasn't had the impact they would want him to. Still alive, still running, still cooking, but there's no ingredients, there's no fire. Eventually finds Dashy, but his teammates are gonna have to find him here for the Ravens to stand a chance.
Yeah, that's the thing. Gwyn's just waiting for his teammates to find a couple kills. He said, screw it, I'm just gonna do it myself. He finds the kill onto Kenny. Now this is gonna allow Carolina to slowly work their way in towards the cafe. Clock now comes to a full stop. All of OpTic Texas trying to set up a couple pinches. Pred knows we can't go for that long distance gunfight, but how long can Carolina hold?
They're looking for him as well. Pred slips through, gets up close and personal, finds Clayster as well, but no, stays alive. They're still alive. This Gwyn is doing everything here he can. Will jump out the back, eventually taken down by Pred. The reign of terror ends on the guns of OpTic, and they did so much work to get in that position, and now they have to fight for it again.
Yeah, they have to run right through The pits of fire. I think that's something that you would say, Bryce. So I tried to be like you, but here we go. With only 25 seconds left, you do have Gwyn, Mr. Do-It-All so far in this control in a position, but once he gets shut down, only 20 seconds left. Carolina had to try to stop this time. They have to sprint onto this point.
Fred continuing to hold the door. He has a cheeky close the door, reload. Fry clicks her out of his trousers. And oh my goodness, only Gwyn can be there, but he falls as well. And for Ravens, it has been mixy, it has been majestic, but ultimately it is no good.
Yeah, that's OpTic Texas is holding strong on defense, even with Gwyn doing everything that he could, staying alive at enemy lines for about a minute to a minute and 30. His teammates could not find the right kills, though, to eventually lead towards the pinch and the stack. OpTic Texas was so scattered around the map. The SMGs are just flying. When you need Dashy to come in, he finds 3 to shut down that push by himself. There's just no wrong done right now by OpTic as they take round 1.
There certainly isn't. OpTic Texas have been frying so far in this series. Let's find out, though, how they are doing in the comms with OpTic Texas. Listen in.
Oh, top AC. Top AC. Watch out. Real, and one's on the fountain house.
So top AC. He's
on the AC is 1 HP Real, bro. I saw him right. I shot brother for 2. GODRX. He's top plat.
We killed the AC? Oh, we did.
Top plat.
One could be in red. We're pitching right now.
He's not pitching.
We're looking for Real, boys.
Top AC. He was here.
One in top red.
Nice. 4.
I'm
Yeah. They could be left now.
It could be short for a second. I'm short top plat. Are you on it? Yeah, I'm on it.
I got nade. I'm one shot.
Top plat dead.
I'm playing for that push you right, bro. But don't be long, one shot. Long, absolute, bro. I'm running at absolute. I saw him nade him.
Where is he?
And take it along. Take it. Go in.
Okay, one shot clay back alley.
I hear you, Brandon.
Oh my god, absolutely clay.
I got fucking terrible. We're good.
Back alley.
I'm going to go try to spawn kill.
It was clay.
I get spawn kill one.
What, 2 in fire? I don't know, fire me.
One spawn kill. I got one spawn kill. I'm on a spawn kill spot.
I'm up in you, Brennan.
I'm on a spawn kill spot.
I have your short, Brennan.
One spawn kill, bro.
What was the fire? He probably went low pillars.
I don't know where
Low pillars clay. Low pillars clay. He's low red. Try stack, Ant.
Yeah, try to stack you again.
He's the pillars up. Good shots, Ant. We're missing one now. You guys want
I hope OpTic Texas are hungry because they are playing with their food right now. That is concise comms, and it is also devastating, eventually shutting them down for this one. But it's been almost perfect for them so far in the control.
Oh, man, they're just doing everything right. Even when Pred picks up a cruise missile, he drops it, now sets up Kenny to find the small kills. Unfortunately, GODRX wins that gunfight. He actually walks away with 2. I thought Shotzzy was going to take that one, but that's going to be Carolina at least maintaining back alley control. All of OpTic applying that pressure through the front end. Here comes the cruise missile for some information. Do you have a trophy to save your life up? Not you, Dashy. Unfortunately, that's your teammate. But OpTic Texas, they are in control to eventually stop this clock.
You can see here, Shotzzy just trying to hold them off here as they get into it. There's a huge kill by Pred as they walk into this point. And now the Ravens have a difficult job to do. They have to find some trades somewhere and crack this open as the first tick is now gone, but they find nothing. There's only the Ravens in spawn. There is nobody flying through to save them here at this point as that second tick is done. The third tick is almost upon us, and the Ravens find nothing into this one as they go down 2-0 in the control study.
Oh, yeah, this is a beatdown, Bryce. I don't know how many times I got to say it, but OpTic Texas, they not making no mistakes. They making the game look easy, even in that in the final moments right there. When they're putting that setup, when they are capturing that B point, you saw Kenny in towards top red. He's watching top AC, and he's also watching the red hop up if they go towards the second story. So OpTic Texas, they've definitely been putting the work in on the back end, and right there was a full display. Now up 2-0 in the series, 1 round away from a nice little sweep.
Oh, here we go. Is there a comeback? Is there any hope? Is there any fuel left in the tank for the Ravens? So they try to desperately find something here in this game. They get a couple of kills. They have some time onto A, but already flanks coming through. OpTic Texas, Pred and Kenny are going hunting.
But Clayster at least finds that kill on the Pred. It is a trade, but second segment is about to be completed over towards A. You already have Kenny in the position, holding down Junkyard, not going to let anyone slip on by. He's going to influence those spawns to spawn over towards Chicken Coop or towards back Diner. Not going to give him the free straight roam to try to get in towards the point, but A's actually still not captured yet. OpTic Texas still putting a lot of pressure towards the middle of the map, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as Clayster finds Pred. Eventually, it's going to lead to this time being extended by a minute, so now you have 2 minutes and 14 seconds to close out B.
For the Ravens, they must roll the shoulders, they must roll the sleeves, and they must roll over OpTic here to have a chance. You already see posturing for positioning. They don't have the map control. They need to find a little bit of it and win these trades just to make it competitive, because at the moment they are being shut out.
Yeah, they have to get out of their spawn, and the only way through is right up the middle of the map, and Gwyn with some great snap to take down Shotzzy. Now potentially puts himself in a position to make a play. Him and GODRX have made their way out. Gwyn is not slowing down. Another one-on-one gunfight versus Pred goes in his favor. And now with GODRX in that position, he just has to allow his teammates to get a couple kills. Kenny's still in the same position. He hasn't died for about 2 minutes. Someone get the damn kill.
Well, Gwyn comes out. Oh, shut down as well, and Gwyn just has to go everywhere and do everything at the moment. The Ravens cannot find a way through. GODRX hoping somebody crosses his sights here. He may even just have to jump B to pull the players away and give the players a chance. Real gets Shotzzy though. An opportunity here. You can see OpTic now rolling back as they try to find the players in the backfield.
Yeah, and that was Pred. He was the guy that was roaming around on the map. He said, oh, wait, 3 flanking? All right, now I'm going to set up the reflanking, and that now leads to him finding 2 kills through that back alley, shuts down the pressure. And now they're so focusing on, we got to take down Gwyn, because he's going to try to be the playmaker again. Can his teammates from the rest of the side of Carolina find a couple kills around the map? No, they do not. Pred finds 2. The cruise missile gets invested. You have the info. And Kenny still has not died, Bryce.
That is what is known as a spawn trap. That is what is known as a beating. Unbelievably one-sided here, but Gwyn has found his way into B. Just a tiny hope for him, but he has to get on the point. Pred is hunting him as well. He knows where he is. Puts the bullet in and now goes for the chow and cuts him down in his prime. OpTic have not let this one go at all. And Ravens, they're the other side of the map. They now have to run the gauntlet in 15 seconds. And I don't know if they can do it.
Finally, they take down Kenny, but there's not that much time left. You have to go. You have to get on this point. OpTic Texas holding on the cut, but those 2 kills might be it, Bryce. They might have found something.
Gwyn gets himself in again. The timer is stopped on 3.9 seconds, but he is alone. The Ravens are running to meet him. Surely from this point they can't win. Pred calling in and everything as well, but the bodies will fall. The Pred missile does nothing, and it will be OpTic Texas with another clean 3-0. The Ravens are not happy, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy after this match either, Bryce. Just came in and got beat up in about 30 minutes. In a 30-minute series, not a single map was close. OpTic Texas just completely outclassed Carolina from start to finish. The only shining bright light was the only player to go positive for Carolina. Gwyn was putting himself in so many positions to try to make plays happen with that SMG in hand, but with his teammates not finding any kills, you can't get any map control, especially when Kenny stays alive in towards the junkyard for about 2 minutes, and then finally you take him down and there's only 15 seconds left, so you have to continuously sprint forward to try to make a play happen. Nah, it's just way too late, man. OpTic Texas looking great in this match, handle business with ease, clean 3-0 to start the day.
It certainly is, and we talked about Dashy in map 1 setting the hard point KD record. Well, in the control, Pred just set the control KD record with a 2.7. Record breakers, heartbreakers. I've only been back for about 40 minutes. What a game.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I guess if you want to break a couple records, just play Carolina. That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, it certainly is. But I suppose we wondered coming into this one whether yesterday was a bit of a fluke. But at the moment, the Ravens have some work to do. OpTic Texas, a great win for them.
100%, my friend. 100%, my friend. Let's bring in the desk back because I got to hear what they got to say about this match.
If you want to break some records, just play Carolina. Study with the dagger, bro.
People breaking records in multiple maps.
Bryce, Study, great to have you joining us today. We'll catch you a little bit later.
Thank you.
All right, that's our first match. The DoorDash challenge is complete. OpTic has scored before our food has arrived. And honestly, I didn't finish my monster. Those are big cans, but I couldn't finish it before this series was done. And Pred may have had the most impressive performance I've seen so far in an individual game. Allie, what's your takeaway?
I mean, it's so bad that, like, you're starting to question, like, is OpTic that good or is Royal Ravens really just that bad? I mean, OpTic continuing that hardpoint dominance. I mean, 250 to 129. It's looking like a team diff for me, to be honest, in this series.
Yeah, you know, talking about the hardpoint, it's just one that's a tough draw. Like, OpTic have a 100% hold rate on Skid Row so far. Now 3-0 on that map. P2, 4, and 5. They have like the biggest differentials. So already starting to get into teams' head when it comes to the map picks. Then we get to that SND. I knew OpTic was going to win this series. I just didn't think it'd be this dominant. They've fixed a couple of big errors they've had in the first couple series that that they played. I mean, their defense, they were 11th in the league. Well, today the defense was unbelievable. I love the patience that we saw in that defense. And then also offense on Karachi control, something they haven't been able to win. Not many teams, to be honest, because of the nature of this map, but OpTic are able to do it this time around off of Pred just going absolutely nuts. And as you said, Allie, like when a team is smart but also has the gun skill, they're just gonna team dip you. I mean, they broke 2 records, maps 1 and 3. Granted, it's very early in the season. It just felt like it was too easy.
That's why you brought Pred in. And my quick question here is for Memories in the chat, who says, what SMG are they using? Why the Rival 9? Why do the pros gravitate towards this gun out?
What do you mean, why the Rival 9? Because it's disgusting.
Wait, I think OpTic might have a different rival than Royal Ravens.
They might have a different internet, too.
All right, it is time for our Monster Energy Winner Spotlight. That's coming up here in just a moment. Allie, though, is this the most impressive win we've seen from OpTic so far?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is their first 3-0, and it was, I thought the Miami Heretics one or the LA Thieves was going to be the fastest 3-0 we've had, but this one definitely takes the cake.
And Nameless, who is the most impressive individual on OpTic?
I'm going to go with Pred and the response that he's had after their first match, honestly. You know, he said that he was receiving a lot of criticism, trying to learn to deal with it. He said, people, don't forget what we are capable of. In the last 2 series, he has been absolutely lights out. This team looks unreal.
Big shout out to everyone over at the OpTic camp. We've got Bruce on the line. It's your Monster Winner Spotlight with Dashy. And Dashy, you guys are trying to get us home before, I guess, the sun goes down here at 5 o'clock in Ohio. What's going on in this series, man? How did you guys cruise through the Ravens?
I mean, we've been improving every day as a team, so it was just pretty easy. Just play our game and have fun and be confident.
Actually, there's only so much I can ask you about a series like this when you guys look so dominant. So instead, I'm going to ask how excited you are for the first event of the season and what you're going to do for the holidays.
I definitely can't wait for the first LAN. It's definitely one of those things you look forward to as a competitor. And for the holidays, I mean, nothing special. I'm going to go back to Canada, chill with the family. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. My brother, if you guys are watching, appreciate you guys. I'll be home soon. But yeah, just going to be, I guess, chill with the fam and grinding some COD.
Brandon, I want to ask you, in the search and destroy, it seemed like you guys took a little bit more of a patient approach. Like you were playing red on defense and back security on offense, just sort of waiting for the game to come to you guys. Was that a point of emphasis in preparation for this match?
I mean, yeah, you know, as a competitor or former competitor, and just giving different looks, not trying to, you know, always give the same strats, because, you know, pros are always adapting. So we're just kind of, you know, playing off the info and playing as a team.
Love it.
Dashy, as we take a look at some of your highlights, I got to ask you about one of the greatest holidays in gaming history. How excited are you to play the Christmas noobs in MW3?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be pumping. I'll be on the servers. I'll be live. Shout out, twitch.tv/Dashy. I'll be live.
All right, man, it's going to be live. Dashy, we look at your highlights, the fist bumps, the smiles. It seems to be going all right there in Texas. Anything you want to say to the fans before you go?
Love you guys. Shout out to Greenwall. I mean, every year it's we try to put on for you guys, so we appreciate you guys.
3-1 start. Ain't bad. He'll see you in Boston. That's Dashy and OpTic with the first win on the day. We'll see you later.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.
Good stuff there from Bruce. And remember, that is just match number 1 of 3. A little bit later, we've got LA Thieves versus LAG. You're going to see Toronto versus Boston. But before that second match kicks off, reminder, pick up your packs if you haven't already. Join in on the fun. This is our Code Warrior pack. And Allie, why do you love to unleash your inner warrior?
Because it means pub stomping. Just like you said, the best holidays coming up, so why not look good while you do it?
That's right. The Call of Duty Endowment Pack, every dollar that you guys bring in is going to go directly to the Call of Duty Endowment, putting veterans back to work here in the States. We're going to break. When we come back, it's that second fight. Who is the king of LA? Will it be a thief or a gorilla today? Stay tuned to find out.
In the city of Boston, where champions are born.
So much history in one place.
It's time to make our mark.
Get your goofy ass up.
We're about to play.
Wake up, Dan. It's time to play. We got LA Thieves going up against LAG, the Guerrillas versus Thieves for the title of Kings of Los Angeles. And, well, both teams, they could use a win tonight. 1-2 if you're the Thieves, 0-2 if you're the Guerrillas so far in our first 2 weeks, Nameless.
Yeah, you know, for LAG in their last match, though, it was a lot better. They went to a Game 5. They honestly choked that series. You think about that P1, if they kill Skyz, they win the game. The Game 2 SND, round 11, they had numbers, still lost. So I think LAG can definitely put up a fight in this series.
All right, LAG underdogs on paper. LA Thieves are in favor of the victory today. If you look at Joedecieves, Ghosty, Cammy, and Afro, you won one of your first 7 maps, but then you handed Boston the 3-0.
Yeah, for LA Thieves, the biggest question mark right now is consistency, which I know is a bit odd to say only in our second week, but they had a really tough first 2 matches. Then they come out against the Boston Breach, went Game 5 against Atlanta FaZe, arguably the best team in the game, and absolutely roll them. So for LA Thieves, it's just about finding kind of the consistent battle for the Monster Energy pregame and not staying ahead and can't hold when they do. They're 11th in the league in rotation, and their hold percentage ranks 10th. Again, very early to talk about some data, but already some weak points LA Thieves needs to focus on.
Allie, you know who Aaron Donald is?
No idea.
He is elite. Greatest defensive player ever. I love that. He would be proud of the controlled defense. 6-1 round count with an 85% win percentage. It ranks first. Shout out to our stats guy.
Yeah, love our stats, folks. Everyone behind the
Good
scenes. And, of course, everyone playing in purple today. Let's meet the Guerrillas. If you haven't seen them yet, this squad boasts an 0-2 record, but the games have been tight. Assault, a world champion from WW2, playing with Fame, Diamond Con, and Estriel. One of the coolest news stories in the CDL. You got a lot of young talent, you got a veteran, but you got 12th across the board when it comes to points. This team needs to up their game.
Yeah, definitely.
Monster Energy pregame, dude, just close out the maps. I mean, there is a situation where they should have 5-0'd their last series, and we know that they can do something in Search and Destroy, right? They got Diamond Con and Fame. We've seen what they're capable of doing in that map number 2. LAG, man, you just, once you're ahead, you just keep it. Just close it out.
Taking a look at the roster. Whole squad getting ready. Waving the Monda before we get kicked off here. Happy holidays once again. The final episode before we go into the holiday season. And it's time to take a look at our second best of 5. Maps for this one. How many Karachis? I see just one. We're going to go to Invasion for a hard point and Search and Destroy. If we get to a game 4 and 5, do we get there, Nameless?
I think potentially we do, yeah. And for LA Thieves, I think they're pretty happy about that. Invasion 4 and 5, there's a set of invasions that they won in their very last series that they looked great on. Although they did have to rally back in that S&D, still, they're dangerous.
Ali, Subbase has the record for most kills. We saw Journey do it yesterday with 40. Does anyone in this lobby challenge that number?
No. Sorry.
Prove
me wrong.
I think he does. He goes by the name of Estriel, and I will make my pick official right now. Prediction time.
You better say LAG.
Who is going to win Los Angeles? Purple.
Fair enough.
Wait, you actually picked LAG?
I'm in purple today.
All right, I'm going LA Thieves. I got to rock the red with the hair, you know what I'm saying?
All right, 13 and 5. I'm about to be there as well. Nameless.
I'm going LA Thieves. I think they
LA Thieves. Nameless drops further into the whole chat. Am I wrong? Are they right? Let us know as we get ready for this one. We got our beautiful casters ready to rock tonight. Let's send it on over. We got Miles and Chance.
Hey, look, we did kind of dress appropriately color-wise. I'm a little off, but Chance just said it. Hey, Nameless, this is your opportunity to catch up to Puckett on the desk. The Battle of Los Angeles is upon us, our second day of the game here on Sunday, and this should be a really interesting one, man. LAG have been testing big teams. Great run against New York Subliners the last time they played. What's the Thieves going to have against them today? We've got a fun series ahead of us. Sub base to start things off, Chance. It's going to be an engagement-heavy mix fest, as the kids say.
Absolutely. Like, I think this is the series where, like, I most disagree with, like, the public sentiment, because everybody, except for Puckett, has basically been talking about it like it's going to be an LA Thieves, like, 3-0 or 3-1 kind of deal. I think LAG actually, like, what we saw from these guys against New York, they look good. And, like, I know Toronto smacked them around in the hard point just a little bit, but there are some lethal threats on this squad. DiamondCon has been playing fantastic. And then across the board, like, Fame had a struggle series early on, but he had a pretty solid bounce back, and Assault and Estriel have also looked pretty solid. I know maybe good news on the flip side for LAT, getting rid of high-rise SND against Guerrillas seems to make a lot of sense. Maybe the maps come into play, but I do actually have pretty high expectations for this squad now.
Expectations sky high, ladies and gents, for the LA Thieves and LA Guerrillas here in the series. Both teams looking to get a big win. It'd be nice for both of them. We'll see if the Thieves can pull something out. It's been close, but no cigar for them for a hot minute. Joedecieves is not warming up. He's on his phone for sure. Afro shooting bots. But both of our squads from Los Angeles, plenty to prove here in this matchup. And just it's the tougher one. I mean, the start of the season is always a little bit difficult. I think Clint said it yesterday or the day before. He was like, it's kind of the preseason. You know, things are going to change. We've got a patch on its way. Everything's going to look a little different when we come back after the holiday period. But God only knows. You know, you want to walk into that holiday period, you want to go into Christmas with a ton of CDL points under your team's name. Let's see if they can get it done. First up and foremost, though, we're going to sub base, and it's going to be crazy, baby.
Yeah, you know, just to backtrack a bit, there has to be like a CDL point threshold where if you're below a certain margin, Christmas is going to be miserable for you, or like the holidays or Hanukkah or whatever you're celebrating type deal. So yeah, you want these extra wins right before we go on break for sure. And then for sub base, we've seen LAG on this map before against Toronto. They got absolutely picked apart. They kept up in the slang department. The scoreline was not good, but looks at it from what we saw against Toronto yesterday, this might just be Toronto's map. So I think LAG actually have a very good chance for a strong showing here. Looks like we're kicking on board with Estriel's start.
Yeah, LAG have been tested. They've proven their mettle against some of the finest in the league. How will they held up against LA Thieves? Here we go, baby. Outside of the map, we're going to see a little bit of an opening engagement here. Can Ghosty get two? Oh, yes, he does. That's hard point for the Thieves for now. DiamondCon through middle, trying to stop the flow of points.
I love that break from Ghosty too. You see the nade just backing him down, setting himself up for the individual two-piece he's able to get. But in spite of the nice opening break on one side of the map, LAG still just gets straight through to P1, and already so much more time than we saw on this map yesterday, Miles.
So much more time, my gosh, wow. Carolina versus Ultra was a very dry P1. This one, we're flowing so far. Both teams fighting over it. Final 15 seconds, and it's all purple for now. The Guerrillas in control. DiamondCon with the kills once again. Looking to get the final 10. Rotations already covered. That side of the map, very much Guerrilla territory for now. Spawns are fantastic for them. The Thieves got to fight their way over to it now.
And it seems like DiamondCon more or less picking up where he left off, even get some decent damage towards the end. You saw Fame had a nice start as well, so things going well for Guerrillas, on point on the rotation as well. I don't know if I see a trophy anywhere around this hill. Looks like one's up pop, so a little bit of a safety net. As you can see, LA Thieves trying to work through not only the top side, but the outside of the map.
Here comes the CQB. Fame up close to person on the MCW, finds one, not able to get around that column. DiamondCon trying to make his way forward. Cammy doesn't look at the side door, manages to find the entry. Space now being dominated by the LA Guerrillas players. Steve's on the outside, trying to get through the window. Here comes Afro with a sub. Assault stunned up, no problem. Estriel wiped off the face of the planet, and that's the break from the Thieves.
Yeah, an eventual break as well, so still going to be down by a decent chunk of time, but this is certainly a hill that it is an absolute battle, just flood after flood, and looks like LAT maybe contested by DiamondCon for the final few seconds, just to be annoying to strip him away, and he is going to do exactly that. DiamondCon delivers for 2. You see his team set up on a rotation. Not an easy hill to collect time on. When the hill popped, LAG had 46. I'm very curious as to how much time they can actually convert. Looks like basically none.
I was going to say they're in trouble now. Ghosty sends a little parting gift for his boys there, but a little too late. Can the Thieves hold on? They've got a bit of presence now. They have to cross no man's land. That's where DiamondCon's got the guns up. Beautiful shots. Joedecieves couldn't finish it. Couple players to the outside now. Cammy, heavy tags, not enough to get the kill. Diamondcon once again, long-range shots with the MCW. Beautiful work. As you've still got no one close enough to that point, the Guerrillas are holding them back.
Yeah, this is the like game clock time stripper that we're having right now. Basically just nothing but empty time on this hill. Both teams, I mean, great in the kills column. I guess an opportunity to pad some stats, but not actually accrue a lot of time, which, I mean, in the end, just good news for LAG. Maybe they only get 10 seconds on the hill, but they prevent LAT from collecting too much. And on rotation, Ezreal has actually managed his way into new. He loses a gunfight, but still, it's going to be actually now Afro sort of by himself. So a scattered moment on the map right now for that new rotation. Looks like the ARs, though, for LAT able to stabilize. However, they do not get that back spawn.
The good old tunnel coming up now. Thieves are in first. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of trophies. I'm seeing a lot of crossfire there. Diamondcon once again. What an individual player he has become. He is shining brightly since the Cold War days. The man's on a tear right now. It's a 5 spree. If not for the final bullets there from Afro, it would have been a problem. Streets of this map, very dangerous indeed. Afro cuts his way through mid. Still, Guerrillas control the hard point.
I mean, they're just like, they're fighters on this map, it seems like. Constant bullies. Even when they get broken on hills, they're keeping LAT out. Another situation where they're having to really battle when they actually didn't get the hill first, but very successful at it. Good crossfire being set up. Unfortunately, no trophies. And as we know on this hill, if you do not have a trophy, you are going to die by an explosion. But there's the first set of rotations nearly through.
Oh, that's great.
Again, it has just been LAG maintaining that lead.
It's been start finish so far. Keeping the pace up. Over to the tank we go. And it's all purple again. Joedecieves. Nice shots, but not enough to keep Ezreal at bay. He has got that top office covered. The warehouse now is very much LAG territory. Mid-map presence. 2 lanes wide open. Here comes the shots from Fame. Can he get all 3? It'd be fantastic, but the Guerrillas still in control. Let's go for a quick listen in.
Absolute on the P2 plat.
Coming right there, not weak. He's push up, close wall. And one top of snow. One top of snow.
Made the right side time, made the right side time. Trophy to it, trophy to it.
One snow, be careful.
Try and flip this guy snow.
No, and one's on close snow.
Afro. That's no, that's
top
no.
P2, one shot, top P2, one shot.
I don't see top P2. Top P2, dead.
Nice, Connor.
I need it.
I'm already going. I'm pressing this whole time with you. Spawn 10, I think.
I'm getting that time. I spawned 10, I spawned 10.
Weak Afro. Spawn that. Feels good.
Spawn 10.
He's backside tank somewhere. Spawn back P2. I'll look your left.
Nice job.
Wrapping right, where you at, Nick?
Yeah, I'm trying to get P2. I'm trying to get P2.
I'm low glass.
Yeah, back P2 plat, back P2 plat. I left him.
One mid alley, I think.
Long
One bullet, Danny.
P2 dead.
One up mid.
Before
he's already here.
On their box. I'm trying to hit him. It's Joe. Yeah, P2. I killed him on the box. Top P2.
Afro's in long.
Top P2.
P2 got me.
I'm weak. I don't see P2. I don't see the guy P2. It's top P2.
One shot Joe.
Top A1. A1 dead.
One shot Joe. Top P2.
And he's eating weaker. Okay, 1 P5, 1 top P2.
I'm gonna be close to P4 too.
The good be long. I'm gonna take her out.
I'm trying to look your mid alley.
Still a 20-point game with the purple side of Los Angeles squad still in the lead. Not a whole lot being given either side chance. If we maintain this trajectory, the Guerrillas win.
Well, it also, if we maintain this trajectory, it might be a game that ends on the game clock. It's going to be a very close situation, but that is just one of those things these players have to manage when the late game sort of kicks in hard point. But long way to go before we get there. At the moment, P2 is the hill that just popped, and it is LAT for the moment in full control. You get the jump spots in, you get the trophies. It's the full setup that they want.
Here we go. Thieves finally win a big rotation. Will they have all the holes plugged in this sinking ship? 20-point game now. Ghosty keeping him down. 3 clean dead. That's the all gone. Guerrillas, that's the break.
And then they just spawn in the middle of the map, though, so maybe an opportunity for, there you go, Diamondcon to rack up a few, able to pick up 1, but spawns can be relentless on this hill. You get a clean 4-man wipe. 3 seconds later, they're right back to the hill, and Afro flying and frying as well. Number 22. Right now, he's doing his best to keep up with the slang that Fame and Diamondcon have brought to the table, but as has been typical the entire game, when LAT have a little bit of success, LAG then bounce right back and still maintain that lead.
That is the biggest lead they've had so far here in the matchup. The Thieves have managed to get themselves into the dry dock, but is it going to be enough to hold on? Cammy in the deep back spawn. He's got to hold these players at bay. And the long-range shots from Diamondcon and the rest of the members of the Guerrillas have been so brilliant. Camera Cameron McGilligan still holding the back line. 3 dead now for the Guerrillas, but the spawns are terrible. Turn around, lads. They're behind you. Estriel gets it. Estriel gets the kills, and that could be an open hard point for the Guerrillas.
I'm glad you saw that. I did it. You called out the spawns be terrible. Looked at the minimap, and I was like, oh, he is just straight up behind him. Okay, but then there's purple arrows everywhere. So a very unfortunate moment for LAT. Admittedly, I don't know how much time they were going to get on this hill anyway, but never fun to deal with. Still a 50-point gap. FaZe attempting to stay alive, but it's the submarine hill. Not going to be successful there. And now in rotation, Ghosty laying down the law, getting a nice little 2-piece and buying his team some time. But actually, at Joedecieves playing it slow. I mean, they're just sort of giving up this back pressure. They want to take the fights from the hill.
On time, boys. Afro's got 2 on the corner. Nice timing. Lovely shots out of the pair of them. FaZe just managing to walk away with that one a fraction of a second. Sees the gunfight go his way. Joedecieves on the heady. Watching the back line now. It's starting to soak this time up, but for the Thieves, do you really need all of this and some? The Guerrillas have been so on point with the breaks, and potentially here comes another.
That's beautiful so far, right? Yeah, you're forcing the deep spawn as well. You got Cammy, sort of the cutoff man towards the middle of the map, and his job right now, slow him down, at least gets out a little bit of damage, but you see those nades going through. Question is, can you get through that trophy? Yes, they can. That is 4 stuns going through, the 4 nades right behind it, and the gunny to back it up. Perfect coordination coming out of the Guerrillas, and again, they continue to fight on sub base.
2 trophies in place as well. There's not a lot of hope for anything you throw your way at them. Look at that. It's fireworks on the inside of the tunnel. That's going to be more than occupational hazard right now. Tags in. Assault holding it down. Stays alive. Crossfire. Can anyone get him out the point? No. Assault last man standing. Guerrillas, what a break. What a hold.
I mean, this is just such a good moment, too. You already got guys like FaZe posted up on the rotation anew, so he's an important cutoff man. And, of course, DiamondCon, who has 34 kills, by the way, again in a power position by the God Heady. Ends up effectively baiting out his teammate, but nice 2-piece there from Ghosty. That could have been a very problematic setup for LA Thieves to deal with, but they break it down, get back in the hill, and are working on collecting the time.
Estriel, somewhat ethereal play right now. Oh, that was a bit windy. I was going to say, man, he's doing a fantastic job of staying alive, being a difficult player to handle. But the rest of his teammates doing just that. Assault from up top, cleaned up. Here comes pressure to the point. Thieves cut down. It's over to FaZe. Ghosty's got to check the close left. Joedecieves on the slide. Not enough. FaZe guns them all down. The Thieves once again wiped off the map. Plenty of time for the Guerrillas.
Yeah, that is an absolute godlike headed to be on. So easy 2-piece there from FaZe. And that trophy is putting in the work on overtime to keep him alive for the extra little bit of scrap. And keep in mind, the Des brought up the kill record on this map. And if they thought anyone would break it, DiamondCon hasn't gotten there yet, but he is certainly creeping up on it. Maybe only a minute left on the game clock, but 36. He is well on his way.
He's whizzing. He's absolutely whizzing. We're over the 200-point mark for LAG. The kill record of 40 here in Hardpoint is definitely within sight. And FaZe, I mean, if he has a crazy run of things, he could also get there at 32 kills now, 6 spree, cruise missile, another 3 dead for the Thieves.
And it's just power position domination, right? You got guys on the higher points on both sides of this hill, so they're just playing for the kills. Once they get a 3-man wipe, someone moves to jump on it, and even when you fall outside the hill, it's all for a bait. FaZe ends up falling after the 7 spree, has the cruise if he needs it, but again, it's a P1. It is a slobber knocker of a hill. Anytime you can get for Guerrillas, it's good time, and DiamondCon right there in position. I mean, Guerrillas have truly just been in control of the game so far from start to finish.
By God, it is absolutely one chance. Here comes kill number 39. DiamondCon soaking the final few moments. 36 seconds on the game clock. We could see another sub-base finish to time, but 250 is very much within reach. Here we go into the new. Afro's up there to save the day, but he has to worry about the game clock. Got to get a body in the point. If you're the Thieves, there's still time to get it done.
And you got what abaZy in the power position, and Afro gets dealt with on the flip side. Nobody in this time. And actually, look at the spawn for number 6. Joedecieves is now in between the entire team of LAG. Shoots one player in the back, then he himself gets shot in the back. So it's a confusing moment, but just desperation time for LAT. Deal with the chaos, because there is 18 seconds left on this game clock.
Trying to make it happen. Estriel now on the time, trying to get these players off. Get them off, basically win it. Thieves are holding on. DiamondCon gets to 40. He's tied the record. Can he break it? 14 seconds to go. Assault from upstairs. Not enough. Oh dear. The Thieves hold on. 15 seconds. They have to hit the rotation as well.
I mean, this is just GG, though. We're going to the submarine hill. There's 12 seconds left on the game clock. It's impossible to stay alive. You get a 3-man wipe. LAG have absolutely done it. DiamondCon has tied the record. Give him the glory maybe for the final kill if he can manage. 5 seconds for the one beam. Can't get it done, but at least they got the win.
Wait! They're still going! All right, there it is. Wow, that was a confusing one. Don't worry, production. Fame also felt the confusion there, but the cruise was the absolute deal breaker. The 0.0 seconds on the clock. We might have a replay of that. DiamondCon, he didn't break the record. He was so close to it. But the LA Guerrillas, a decisive start to sub-base there. The Thieves, it come out a little flat chance.
And this is why I said, like, the community sentiment on the LA Guerrillas, like, at the start of the year, made sense. I was on the same page, no disagreements. But again, after the performances we've seen from them, like, we have to start giving them at least a little bit more respect. Fame, by the way, double-tied it. So that was the correct answer. Is anyone going to break the record? No, but Fame and DiamondCon will simultaneously add their names to the list. I mean, just a phenomenal game through and through. And again, when we saw LAG play against Toronto, yes, they got absolutely smoked, but they kept up in slang. So I think Toronto is built different against everybody else. LAG looks like a very dangerous sub-base team.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly the case. As far as the raw power goes, the Guerrillas are certainly a contender, especially they're on sub-base. ARs go crazy here on Modern Warfare 3. Well, highlights now. There'll be a lot of purple on your screen as the LA Thieves were beaten and bullied here in the frozen tundras of sub-base. They managed to keep it together at times, but once that lead's, pulled away from them, there was no looking back. Guerrillas, brilliant start from them, Chance, and again, 240 bombs in a single map. We might not be seeing that after the patch changes, but for now, lads, try to break the record, try to hold on to that one, and a little accolade you get to take with you through the year.
Yeah, I suppose that early portion of the year sub-base special maybe is sort of those stat padding little moments that we're going to have. But either way, clean work through and through. I mean, LAG literally, like, Ghosty had a strong opening break. It got broken down in like 5 seconds effectively after that. And then LAG just had control of the game the entire time. Of course, though, LAT, very much a team I expect to be able to bounce back. I think we might just have a long series on our hands.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Search and Destroy can be a little bit mixy in this game, and both teams with a decent showing so far. Very, very competitive game mode. Control, we've seen it happen a few times. I do believe we are going to a high-rise for that one, unless I'm absolutely faded. The boy's not faded. High-rise Control. Super tight game against the New York Subliners that LAG had, and then a double dose of Invasion to close the series out. Decent chance we do get to that Invasion hardpoint. We will see, though. Karachi Search and Destroy chance. Let's get it.
Yeah, I mean, Karachi is going to be a good time. Sort of novel looks, I think, for both of these teams. I'm very excited for that high-rise Control as well, because as you pointed out, great looks from LAG going toe-to-toe against the New York Subliners, and also a map where LAT looked super clean on when they played it. Very effective at setting up the spawn traps. I mean, they had a stranglehold on the map on offense, like 2 different rounds for the Thieves. So high-rise is going to be a fun one indeed to try to look for that separation, because I know high-rise is, when a team is good at the map, seems like whoever's playing against them just like auto-vetoing it, taking care of business. As what happened to LAG for the high-rise SND, Thieves were like, just don't want any. It's cool. That's a weird map. Not going to deal with this team on it. So sort of a battle for that little extra edge in the vetoes.
Well, speaking of edges, we're looking for 2 players specifically in this series, Estriel and Joedecieves. When it comes to S&D, who's going to be the difference maker for their squad? Both of them sitting at that 0.6. Not a tremendous bit of work at the chance. Only major difference there is the opening round duels there, bottom of the screen. 50% for Joedecieves. At the very least, he's bringing that difference there. But for these two, it's going to be a big moment. Who will step it up? Eyes on both these players to make the difference for their team. That's what they look like. That's what their names are. Keep an eye out, ladies and gents.
And this is certainly a map, I'd say, for both of these guys to have the opportunity to step up as well, because I know you've had Thieves, played a decent bit of Invasion. It's like AR heavy. Joedecieves might just be sort of like an intel guy on the map for the squad. And then I know Estriel, we've seen him on high-rise S&D like twice now. He just gets left on the B bomb site, sort of like out to dry, and again, just plays for information to spot the guys underground. So Karachi, a mix-up. Maybe one of these guys will step up and pop off. Obviously, very young to the league. Sort of got to get that momentum going.
DiamondCon, the diamond in the rough, he's a demon, an absolute demon. I mean, that's a 1.5 thus far in Search and Destroy. He's been really solid in Respawn as well. DiamondCon, a player that has certainly been overlooked since his Cold War debut for the New York Subliners, I think. He was in the
yes.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, bro.
And he was super solid on that team, Us. Like I was very surprised he didn't get picked up the following year, because when he was playing for New York, he genuinely did look good. But in his early nades out and about, looks like LA Thieves playing a little bit slow off spawn just to dodge him. But where they played slow over towards B, middle of the map control, Afro found himself in the mix. I know sub players in that sort of P1 spot in SND, they love it. They are very difficult to kill.
I'm just saying, he's been overlooked since then.
True.
Not getting overlooked in the moment, though. E-bomb site pressure. Joedecieves was trying to bait out a player. Those of you can see him down there. He's just slip sliding. There's the opening salvo of fire from Assault. Suppresses Cammy, gets him back. The quick reposition, smokes there. And Joedecieves, he slipped the net. Who was being suppressed in that instance?
Well, that's that. Oh, there you go. It baits out the first kill. Gets the second as well. I was going to say the smoke only baited out a single stun. After that, doesn't matter, but they pick up the kills in short order. 2 versus 4. And it looks like that bomb is going to go down as well. Diamondcon picks one for the 2v3, but at least the bomb gets planted. Advantage for the Thieves.
Yeah, the Thieves already have taken over as much of Karachi as possible while still maintaining a line of sight onto the bomb. So no one's going to get any sneaky diffuses. None of that. We've seen a few of those so far. Assault's in trouble. Ghosty, great work. Sees Diamondcon as well. Doesn't necessarily want to dive out and go for the challenge. Wait for him to get into another position, but less than 25 on the clock. Ghosty could get a few more here. Lovely work there. Oh my gosh, out the Thieves, round 1.
That is perfect work as well. I thought the smoke wouldn't have bought them too much. Like, it was pretty early in the round, so there's no, like, trophies. So the stun check on the bomb doesn't find anything. But in spite of the information being that no one's planting the bomb, a couple players still get caught out for the bait as well. So LAT playing around the smoke on the B site. And a nice little round 1 offense win always feels good.
Round 2. Guerrillas attack this time round. FaZe bomb in hand. Over towards the A-bomb site we go. Joedecieves is going to be the lone man. The eyes on that side of the map for now. And if his timing is good, all good. If his timing is bad, all bad. That's about as good as it gets. Passed off a ton of information. Here come the rest of his teammates. Guerrillas are in a spot to get this bad boy down.
Yeah, LAT pretty quick on the rotation, but maybe not quick enough to actually stop the bomb plant. FaZe gets it down and gets out with his life. So this is going to be a true 3 versus 3 retake attempt for the Thieves. And if they're swinging around distant on the map, Diamondcon still in the power position, has at least one freebie in front of him.
Uh-oh. Is it a freebie? Oh, nearly hits the fadeaway. Cammy stays alive. Life advantage now to the Thieves.
Unfortunate timing as Afro drops, yeah.
That's a real stinger. 20 seconds. Trying to clear out every possible angle. Estriel now from down low. Oh, he's repositioned at the right time. Saw the shadow of Afro. They're on the defuse. There's the bomb check from FaZe. Good work. Last man. Cammy 1v1. The time's not going to be there. He's not going to jump it. He might win the gunfight, but he cannot defuse the bomb. Valiant effort from the Thieves, but the Guerrillas tied up.
Yeah, really just a matter of seconds in those final moments. LAT just needed a little bit more time, and not even that they got slowed down a great deal by Diamondcon, but maybe did just enough to set his teammates up, because, I mean, not only did he seemingly have a freebie, Afro dropped down the ladder, but even after the fact, LAT just sprinting past the players on LAG, so free cleanup kills in the mix, but nice little bounce back. 2 offensive rounds in a row, and I think maybe some of that information, Diamondcon throwing down the trophy, dragging some players over towards B, pays off a little bit in the end.
Slightly different look now of the Thieves. Nice work out of Ghosty there. That was a car that detonated after that frag grenade hit the middle of the map. Afro's got himself a sweet corner. It counts. Might be in the middle of the map, but it's a corner nonetheless.
And when you lose your lone defender at A, you see number 1 and number 2 on the mini-map, like, very focused on these crosses. The bomb, though, straight back over towards B. So LAT, the setup that they had in round 1, effectively the exact same setup that they have now. I mean, Afro in the exact same position, bomb going down. I don't even know if they had to use the smoke, but this is clinical for the moment.
Oh, Afro's in trouble. Calling for help. Here it comes in the form of Ghosty. Brilliant work. 2 members of the Thieves stay alive. All down to Diamondcon on the 1v4. The way we've been talking about him, there's always a chance. 30 seconds, immediate challenge. Simply fearless, but with that kind of life left, there's no hope. Ghosty soars in, cleans up. Thieves get another.
Yeah, and shout out Ghosty for the nade as well. Perfectly placed. I mean, that is your homework being done for Search and Destroy. Pre-nade just to land on the car, and as soon as you catch that first blood, it just frees up the map so much. Again, 2 airs for LAG. Worried about watching the crosses over towards A, but it was the exact same default setup that the LA Thieves were running. So nothing but offense the whole way down. LAG's turn to respond.
Trophy safe from the car this time round. It does indeed. All those lethals intercepted there. Nice work. That makes the bomb site far safer. Mid-map, though, that's where the members of LAG are coming from. FaZe slips in. Oh, no, they weren't watching it.
The Guerrillas are all over the place, and it is truly guerrilla warfare right now. Hit and run. Estriel's position not given up, but Joedecieves out like a light.
Yeah, Joedecieves going to be a constant thorn in your side, too, on top of just the main power position. So you got players all over the map, but Joedecieves, you have to be worried about the flank a little bit. Assault's worried about that, but he gets spotted again in red. That frees number one up on the mini-map. So maybe try to work this B-bomb.
The delicate management of resources, how many players you've got left. The LA Thieves are spread quite thin on defense here. Okay, 2v2. We'll take that. Awkward timing indeed. Smoke lands. No stun check within it. Diamondcon backs up, hoping to pull one of those aggressive submachine guns into the smoke where he wants them. Does not plant the bomb yet. 25 to go.
And Ghosty's just going to be able to spot him when you go for the plant, and he can just send Joedecieves in for the kill, but they're feeling the pressure in the 2v2, so they're getting mixy. Maybe just a quick dash over towards A, but I think Ghosty is reading this the entire way. Freebie kill number one, and can play with his food for the second kill, waiting for the support. Ghosty making things look easy in Search and Destroy. That is a beautiful round in that 2 versus 2.
Also doesn't overheat on the challenge, fully knowing that Diamondcon has eyes on him, and the way he's shooting shows just enough restraint to allow his teammate Joedecieves to get in there and get that second cleanup kill. Eye in the sky, Ghosty has been the nature of his game for so long, since we saw him really pop off as a member of OpTic last year. Getting it done now for the Thieves. 4 spree for him.
That was absolutely clinical. Maybe another pre-nade going over top of A, and you actually see Estriel taking a very different route to dodge the car. But LAT, instead of going for the default spread, working towards the middle of the map and working towards the A site. We'll see how LAG decide to respond to the pressure. Fairly quick with it, but for the moment, Estriel is by himself. He has to get at least one here.
Oh, dear God. The timing! God, he gets one. That's all he could ask for. The immediate trade. Fame now. Guns at the ready, and his hairs on his neck are standing. He knows these players are on the approach.
Bomb's going to go down. And Joedecieves crosses too, so they spotted him on the cross, but he could still be a thorn in their side. And keep in mind, he is on a 4 spree.
Yeah, he wants to get them streaks as well. 35 to go. Diamondcon wins a big fight against Cammy. That's the top side of the map open now. Ghosty's trying to move his way forward as well. Joedecieves, quick bomb check. There's anything out of hand. You've still got time to make this happen. Ghosty can't peek out. Joedecieves is gone. As the backline opened up now. Ghosty's got a lot of work to do alone.
He's hoping for a prayer too. He desperately wants the player top AC to jump over on him, and the prayer does not get answered. The trades are in, and LAG clutch up in spite of the bomb plant. Clean work through and through. Estriel did his job in that round, picked up his one, got the information for his teammates. Everybody wraps back, and I think maybe Fame might have had the most heads-up play. He knows that, who was it, Joedecieves crossed towards back diner, and Fame played it incredibly patiently, just laying down on the front side of the diner, waiting for the kill to fall into his lap. So, patience on point. Nice little defensive round win, and obviously one that LAG desperately needed.
Yeah, Joedecieves was the pivotal player in that play. He was the man watching the bomb. You take care of him. Ghosty cannot see through a bus. Heads up work there from LAG. They get themselves into this. You're going to Ghosty, first blood.
Wow. Doesn't make it at all. I was going to say the timing might be on point, but I think Joedecieves spotted him as well. And Afro just challenging as well. Not a care in the world, and gets the intel on the final man. The second time we have seen Diamondcon in a 1 versus 4, and he is trapped, surrounded, and gunned down. LAT. Not even that aggressive necessarily on defense. I mean, posted up initially, but then pounce on the round as soon as the kills start flowing their way. A battle right now on Karachi.
Yeah, this has been good. LA Thieves. It's taking the advantages when they can hold on to them. Afro, classic Afro move. Slide directly at your opponent while firing from the hip. And that attack stance nonsense. Gives himself an extremely high chance to get that kill. Ghosty, though, once again, 8 and 2 from him. Mid-map hit now from the Thieves. They're on offense. The stun check lands. That means his players over by the B-bomb site. It's going to be a quick pivot to A. Immediate moves. Spied out across. Estriel damage dealt. There's the kill. First blood. Gets away with his life. Here come the reinforcements from LAG.
This is even better too. Gets the one, gets out with his life, and now really just needs it to stay alive. He has a little bit of support on some crosses, but it looks like the cross may be covered. Actually, Cammy on the flip side of the map picks up one, but everyone else has died, and now LAG know, oh, well, we have the bomb down. Cammy's across the map. Let's just set up around this A bomb site, and should be good to go. Cammy's going to have a lot of work to do to try to break down this setup.
Yeah, nothing to help out. no stun, no frag grenade. It's going to be simply a case of get in there and get the gunny going. And right now, he is well and truly up that creek. No paddle, no nothing. He's doing it with his hands, and it did not work out. LAG bounce back.
Yeah, and I can appreciate the Joedecieves Estriel battle we're actually kind of having as well. The graphic pretty on point. I mean, a few rounds back, Joedecieves was the player in red on defense, going on flanks, being annoying, chowing the kills in the middle of the map, picking up a kill on Estriel as well, helping his team win the round. Well, this one, Estriel just gets the free first blood on Joedecieves while he's spinning in circles, and they deliver after the fact. It's a solid game through and through, but LAT still that one round lead.
Everyone's trophies are working fantastic this round. Good reads either side. All the typical spots covered. We're not going to see too many of those nade kills past the sort of first or second rounds at this point in time, but crazier things can happen. Just clearing out every possible angle. Where is the bomb carrier? That's what the Thieves are looking for.
I think a lot of this might be counting utility as well on top of looking for the bomb carrier. A bunch of stuns and nades have come out. Maybe just LAG waiting for their moment to chuck the smoke and go for the B bomb plant. There's like some interesting timing potential too on the A side of the map, and there it comes, and FaZe somehow wins it. Catches the first blood and just opens up the map. Again, all these arrows right now for LAT on defense turning towards A, and that's the moment you go get the bomb down towards B. Clinical effort. FaZe might have just opened up the round.
That's a big win from FaZe. Guns are now at the ready for the Guerrillas. Cammy on the approach from down low. Diamondcon will not see him until the last possible second. We check this one. Cammy, he's on your left line. No, he doesn't check it. The round's done. LAG off the back of that big play from FaZe, and he's loving it after that one. Elation as they pull another round closer. The Thieves left a little quiet after that one, mate.
And I don't know if that was like just good instincts, timing, if Fame heard him, but they were dancing around like red and ticket for a decent amount of time. Fame was up top, the other player down low, but just reads him to be in that corner. And again, the first blood is good enough, but he gets the second kill as well. So Fame, impressive stuff. And of course, on a 5 spree, one more locks up a cruise on a map like this could absolutely do some damage.
Oh my word, indeedy. Possibly playing the corner? No, looking for the mantle. Catch these players out by chicken coops. Joedecieves has got to have his wits about him, has to have the gun at the ready. If Fame hops that wall, it could be curtains for him. Pump the brakes in a big way. Joedecieves, he's doing a lot of this completely alone. Opening salvo. Oh, Fame. He's seen a red dot and he's going to chase it. Hungry for the streak. Checks it. God, yes, come on, son. You cannot ask for more than that. The third kill for Fame as well. Give me the AC screams in the player cam. It doesn't matter though. It's now map point LAG.
I mean, come on. Like, that is just absurd Call of Duty timing. It's a great setup as well. You had Adam Assault actually, like, on the bridge looking over top, and as soon as he gets the intel when he's above him, well, Fame and goes and looks towards the middle of the map, and it literally does not get easier than that. 2 kills on players that line up perfectly, one facing away, one on a ladder. The easiest kills you'll ever see in the CDL.
Oh, man, the timing. Oh, God. Oh, it hurts. Not if you're an LAG fan, though, and you're on an 8 spree for Fame. Good God almighty. He's got that cruise lying in wait. He's found some lovely foliage to cover him. Camouflage. And here it comes. The sky's open. And there is a warhead looking for a forehead right now.
Oh, that's aggressive. 2 players actually just jumped into, like, the fountain area. So a little bit more in position to potentially get the guy off B. Ghosty and Afro looking for the aggression, but the cruise is OP, so you at least get the bomb down. You don't pick up the kills, though, and LAT are moving quickly. Cammy for 2, and they might just break this cruise missile down.
Oh, it's not over yet, though. Fame through mid, playing slowly, waiting for anyone here. We're working on Joedecieves. That's kill number 9 in a row. Here comes the nade. I don't know if there are any trophies in position. Ghosty's on the defuse. Is that bomb check nade? I do think the information's passed. Is anyone going to be there in time to get it? Fame, can he save the round? No! He doesn't. He doesn't even get the kill. Round 11.
Yeah, what a play call from Thieves in that moment, just to jump all over the bomb as soon as the cruise missile lands. And even like before that, the decision instead of like to back up, I mean, admittedly found it's a building. There's some cover there, but they just play it so aggressively. Kill the cruise missile play, and I mean, again, LA Thieves has sort of been a momentum shift kind of team in the search and destroy. Well, maybe they have that momentum for the round 11.
This is it. Final shot. No cruise, no nothing. It's a fresh round, but it's LA Thieves on attack. I mean, Guerrillas, Jesus. LA. Shh, lock in. Thieves are on defense.
Yeah, you have Afro, I think, laying down, staring at top third right now, waiting for a player to jump up. You have Fame, meanwhile, just waiting for someone to flank, but I don't know if number 6 is going to commit. Fame's actually starting to make moves. So it's another situation where I think the play is on Fame, and as soon as like action happens near him is when Guerrillas might jump on this B site. And there's the first blood. That's the go button.
And Fame is absolutely, he's just unstoppable right now. It's a 10 spree. And the first blood that they will be very, very happy to take. B-bomb site wide open. A lot of pressure there right now. Afro's gone as well. Drazah there. Cammy can't get with his life. Down to Ghosty. And he's on the wrong side of the map. That bomb will be planted. He has nothing left to throw. If you can get there in time and possibly stop the plant, that's one thing. It's the check. A big win up close. Has to run for his life. Has to stay alive in the 2v1.
He's got some time to work with. His players in power positions as well, though. That is going to be immensely difficult to win these gunfights. And more importantly, you got to fly, Ghosty. You don't have time. You got to make a move now.
The clock is ticking. Oh, finds another one. 1v1. Does he see the minimap? It's on Assault. Who's playing it very patiently. Now right behind him. Oh my God. Will Assault find this? There's the tags. Adam Assault, an MVP world champion, ice in his veins as the LA Guerrillas take the lead 2-0 here in this series.
The lights might be too bright for LA Thieves. Fame getting in their way. I mean, that's the best like spree we've seen in Search and Destroy so far this year. Absolutely electric stuff, and maybe the cruise missile play doesn't work out for him, but it was just a setup for more glory in the final round. Again, the first blood, he was able to collect 4 in that round. That is as good as it gets for an SMG player there in Search and Destroy. 13-6, 2,400 damage, 10 spree, 9 non-traded. You could literally not ask for anything more.
Yeah, we talked about Estriel and Joedecieves, who needed to really step it up in this matchup, and frankly, neither of them really did. But that's fine, because Fame was on the hard carry there. LAG, beautiful work from them. The round 11, the clutch up. A brilliant way to take the lead in the series. We've got one more mapped for them, and they walk away with a dub, and the purple team win it. Or can the red team make the comeback? This is going to be a very interesting game of control. Let me tell you that much, friends. Can the Thieves rebound after that heartbreaking round 11 loss? Can Ghosty lead the boys to victory? Or will the LA Guerrillas turn everyone's heads around and put the league on notice? They've had the potential. Can they close out this series? We'll find out after the break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League pack. Grab yourself the CDL Operator, Weapon Blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now.
Look away, LA Thieves fans. This is how round 11 went. Fame on an absolute tear finds himself the first blood chance and a 10 spree for the young Wiz.
And it was what, the fourth first blood he had gotten this game so many times in that exact situation where they're just letting Fame make the play on one side of the map, and as soon as he gets the kill, they jump on B. Admittedly, credit to Ghosty. He turned a 1v3 into a dangerous situation, but still took care of business towards the end, and so much frustration on the LA Thieves camp. Not enough time to even fist bump each other. Really just throwing down headsets before they attempt to regain before map 3.
Oh, and Fame is loving it right now, man. Fame absolutely loving it. Assault looks like he just got like pepper up his nose or something. He's about to hit a heavy sneeze, but he didn't in the end. Ready to party into map number 3. This is going to be a brilliant test of the LA Thieves mental game, their resolve. Vibe coach Shane better have gotten his ass in there and given the boys a couple of sweet words, a bit of a pep talk to keep their heads level, because they're going to need it on a map like this and a mode like this. The comeback is certainly on. After that, they go to Invasion Hardpoint. Or will the Guerrillas have their way with them and close the series out here? Let's find out.
I love how talking about Shane really ramps up the accent for you.
A little bit, Shane. I know you're watching, darling. I need to send him a text, actually. He's so close to me and I don't see him.
Well, you should see him more often. He's a nice guy. Also, he should just be saying, hey, look, high-rise control, we look fantastic on this map the last time we played. Let's bring that same level of aggression. We saw players like Afro relentlessly setting up the spawn traps, and maybe potential is there to start making some moves. A couple kills go their way, but still more players to clear out before you can firmly capture this B point. Oh my God,
let's get it. Into the point we fly. The first segment of B long gone. In moments like these, you know, when you get a tough loss, I just think back to what Blade says. Use it. Take that pain. Take that anger. Use it. LAG used it and turned it into 3 down. Ghosty, can't get the last player off the point. They're going to drain that second segment of B. Lovely manners from the LAG players, clearing up that plate.
Yeah, just like some vampires, you might have had LAG suck the life out of that round. That 4 down set up brutal things like this where you're taking long routes and getting picked apart in your spawn. So many kills going their way. A bunch of different players on a 2 spree. Every head glitch has been captured to pin these players in the back windows. This might be a defensive blender. Cammy, though, might be able to bully his way out. A couple trades coming through, but at least maybe the A side of the map. I'm not going to call it open, but it is the lane you're required to now push.
Yeah, Saul, though, he's going to do what he can to hold those players back. Everything's been thrown. Clock's ticking. Afro, you've got to rip him off that side of the building. That's it. Flying forward. Estrel now on a spree. Keeps the spree going. Ended at 5. Joedecieves, he gets himself onto a B. Can anyone there support him as DiamondCon? No fear whatsoever. Over the top. Oh, this is awkward, but he wins it. And that might be the round. Anyone close enough to stop it? Anyone close enough? Afro with another big win. 15 seconds. Thieves diving onto it.
Yeah, 2 players on the point as well, or maybe make it 3, so it should be captured very quick, which buys the extra minute. So they had to battle to get out of their spawn, but they're successful, get an extra minute to work with, and they've even up that life count. That is a very difficult phrase to say, but more difficult to play this game right now is now LAG might be stuck in their spawn.
Bro, you are not wrong. They evened up the life count. There's a chance that they do manage to pull this back. Let's admit to play. Thieves fighting forward.
I mean, Miles, they're fighting forward, but they have miles to run, you know?
Ah, come on, son. They're in the point, and that's the point we're trying to make right here.
You lost me. We got to commentate COD now. Train's going back and forth. LAG, the explosion goes their way, and it looks like Joedecieves is the most aggressive player on the map, does the smart thing, repositions, knows he can't do it by himself, so got to wait for those reinforcements to trickle through. Maybe some awkward timing down B Street as well, so Afro actually finds the time to get through, has one freebie, maybe some kills going their way, does some damage for top helipad, trades the guy top propane. Now it's going to be Cammy trying to work his way up the map with Joedecieves. Time is ticking down, though. 20 seconds left on the game clock.
If you can get on the other side of the fence, or at least on the other side of the propane tank, Bobby, he might have himself a chance to fight forward here. There's through first, trying to get involved now. Here's the pinch. Is Diamondcon going to hold it? Oh my god, he does. He holds that angle on the inside, and he leaves the player on the point alone. The 1v1 over there is going to be big, but Joedecieves getting into the spawn, causing as much damage as he can. Diamondcon loses the fight on the other side. It's a 1 life difference. It's 12 seconds on the game clock. You cannot die, Afro. No! The fight from Ghosty now forward. Lives down to 3 for either side. This is going to be it. Last-ditch attempt. Fly onto the point. Joedecieves gets his, but 3 seconds to go. You've got to get on the zone, lad. Fresh mag. Send it. Wins it! Oh my god! It's a 2v1! Diamondcon! Can you do it? The boys are on the capture. It's now a 1v1. What a round of control. Diamondcon, if you win this! God damn, what a round!
MVP right there for this series. I mean, not the entire year, but Diamondcon has been looking like an absolute monster on the map. I mean, those are big plays back and forth, too. Joedecieves, the timing he has to slide out just to get to the barrel, impressive. But Diamondcon, just a little bit better. Pre-aim on point, get a heal up just a little bit, isolate the first player, isolate the second player as well. And of course, the man on defense has that extra little advantage, but big plays coming out of the kid. That is a massive first round to kill any sort of momentum that LA Thieves wanted.
Nuts like watermelons. He walks forward, he guns them both. Thieves, I wondered about the mental game, and after a round like that, the dope is checked. Charts, the dope is checked.
Oh,
or
man.
is it? We'll find out.
You know, look at the difference, too. You see, that's like the default sort of jump-up spot Afro is going for. It's just easy reads. Diamondcon last round twice on defense. Like, mantles up, but then mantles all the way over and gets the freebie kills from, like, above. So, I think Diamondcon maybe slightly ahead of the game. You see the difficulty with sort of that initial strat. Now, Diamondcon, who's been clutch, has a potential 2-piece in front of him. Cammy, Snappy, though, takes him down. In the meantime, though, the damage has been done. All the trades coming through, and that B zone secure.
That's so much time. The total opposite of what we saw in the previous round for the Guerrillas now with a wicked advantage over the Thieves. Onto the A zone for a minute. Assault's looking to get a toe in there, stop the clock. Joedecieves on the close watch, but Estriel, wow, cutting these players down in mid-map. Assault back on the spawn watch. He's doing the hard work from here on the inside of the construction site.
He's so passive, though. He's just letting the entire lobby run past him out the window just about. Assault hasn't really got on eyes on anybody. Finally gets his first kill. His teammates have been doing an okay job, but they just funneled out the obvious window. And, hey, there you go. There's a 5 spree looking for the streaks as well. Spawn kills, never fun to deal with. And if it's not him, it's the rest of the team. LAG are obliterating Thieves right now.
Thieves. One more for Assault, get some streaks. Estriel's there to pick him up. It's these interlocking fields of fire. It is impossible for the Thieves to get out. The utility has to be there. They've got to use a stun check. Finally, we're seeing somebody take a low route.
Oh, Dios mío.
The dope is checked.
Dios mío.
It is so checked. Chances 22-6. I've never seen dope so checked in all my life.
And I don't know if LA Thieves is the team to uncheck that dope or whatever the I don't even know. I don't know what that means. All right, I'll keep it. Like, it's provocative, I suppose, but like LA Thieves might have bounced back in the first round, but they get absolutely daggered and may have just collapsed before ours. Like a very difficult round 11, a very painful round 1. Dope checked indeed.
Well, don't take my word for it. Let's find out how things are going. Thieves, last chance here in the series. Let's start things off with a listen in.
One guy just quick child right.
Yeah, they flipped the fucking top heli barrels. I don't see him. On A point.
Let's go.
He's on the propane. He's on the propane. I'm not looking at propane. That one. They're long. Cap, we coming.
They're long. One shot. Out of propane. One shot.
That one shot. Mid fans on me, bro.
Mid fans.
Yo, he's on the hop up. Cap, mid. I'm
already long. Mid window, corner, right windows. I'm sure right. I'll get you right. Fucking Billy. Come on, I'm gonna tell that. Mid windows, timing.
Power wrap left.
Long me.
Yes.
Right up middle. On the boom. Alright, listen. Chill.
What's our plan? Call a plan.
Green tarp already.
Okay. What's our plan right now?
Need to get it right.
Who's on the right? Try help is on the right.
Push the right.
Yeah, I can try.
Yeah, I don't see him on the heady.
Green tarp, Estriel.
Okay, close up windows.
Nice shit. Right. One shot. Try to push it to the right if you can. Probably already way long on me.
I don't see. Alright, yo. On the crane. On top of the crane.
One shot, dead.
Nice shit.
1 second there. There's one.
You can come back to B if you want.
Yo, check mine. Yeah, check. Estriel.
Yeah, I'm going top heli.
Well, Fame was hitting trick shots at a moment there, chance from the top side of the crane. You told me to look at the minimap. I had no idea what was going on there. Thieves, though, progress over towards B. Diamondcon looking to get the hits from up top once again. The man's got the angles, Fame's got the gunny up close, and here comes Joedecieves trying to stay alive in this situation. 40 seconds on the game clock.
Also has to be said, word of Christopher Ton, like dope not check, keeping the comms professional as well. So LA Thieves attempting to go full speed ahead. LAG just not making it easy. Joedecieves though, little dance with the pistol, able to pick up an extra one. They're keeping the pressure on B, but obviously easier said than done. Diamondcon still a force to be reckoned with. Just trying to keep these players at bay, and yeah, it is so difficult to find these kills. Another 3 down. The 4th is there for the trade. 20 seconds left before a hot 3-0.
Stinking hot 3-0, 15 seconds to go here. Kills either side, the B side of the map safe. Lord of the Rings is better than Harry Potter, and Estriel is 25 and 14. Diamondcon finally brought down. 8 seconds on the game clock. They've got into B. The Thieves are hanging on by a thread.
I mean, they captured the B zone last time in the same way. Just in the nick of time, you get that extra minute. They have accomplished it once again. The nade's not enough to take him down, and there you go. The life is what they have, and the life is what they just lost. 3 down in the feed. Joedecieves last one standing. They do not have map pressure, and they really do not have lives to spare.
Thieves, this is still very much doable. A similar situation in the first round. They lost to the might of Diamondcon alone, but here we go. We reset. Cammy brought down by a bit of bad timing. Brilliant work from Fame. Afro now starting to keep things alive. Pushing them out of spawn. There's 40 seconds, 5 lives to go.
And Ghosty trying to lead that sort of front charge, getting that power position, looking for some intel. Afro, unfortunately for LAT, gets traded, and maybe not a lot of kills to be found. Ghosty might be up top, but he is stunned and tagged up. And it is just 2 lives. You're just running out of time. You are running out of hope. It is Afro and Ghosty versus the world.
It's an absolutely diabolical finish. The Los Angeles Guerrillas have won the battle for LA, and the player cams are selling it. Estriel, you deserve a serious pat on the back there. Strong performance from the Guerrillas. For the Thieves, certainly hands on heads. That was a very, very tough loss indeed.
Yeah, Fame looking like Cuz Lightyear out there too. Diamondcon with a very polite wave of goodbye. I mean, Guerrillas have been the most disrespected team this year. Like, make no mistake. And I said it at the start of the series. I was baffled the way like the community predictions were going for this series. It's like we were watching different teams. LAG, they played against New York. It took them to a game. Like, they looked good and really showed off why here in this series. I mean, Diamondcon had some lights out performances early on. Him and Fame tied the kill record on subbase. Fame goes on a monster tear for the search and destroy, and then Estriel absolutely balls out in the control as well. I'm sorry, LAG. We weren't familiar with your game.
We were not familiar with your game, but now everyone else is. They were tested so hard against some top teams in the league, and they have proven that they certainly deserve a spot up there. A little bit of work here or there, and God only knows how high the ceiling is for a squad like this. So far, so good, though. LAG, massive win from them. A 3-0, a very memorable one, and I'm still giggling at Cuz Lightyear. My God, Desk, who picked?
Shout out Puckett, by the way. Yeah, let's go, Puckett. Puckett knows ball. That's awesome. Let's go.
Thank you, Chance. Thank you, Miles. All right. Yeah, I know the game a little bit better than my 2 analysts here, so let's talk about why I'm right and you are wrong, Alley Cat. Okay, I wrote down 4 things. Game 1, Diamondcon. Game 2, Fame. Game 3, Estriel. Everyone took turns here from LAG, and they all had some ridiculous performances. Let's start with Diamondcon, because we were talking about this. When LAG came in last year, they had a different roster than what we saw for Major 2 through Champs. This squad was missing this piece the whole time. Why was that, Nate?
100%. I mean, he couldn't get over because of aBeZy, right? Well, now he can be here. He's from Canada, and he is lighting it up here in our Pro League. And also, like, we were talking about how close their games were versus New York. We just didn't know if they were going to be able to do that on a consistent basis. Well, they definitely proved us wrong in this series, playing so well, especially Fame in that SND as well. I mean, getting up close and personal. On offense, they sort of switched it up. They let him play red by himself. He was getting first bloods. On defense, they let him push all the way up towards Chicken Coop, getting first bloods again for the squad. We get to this game 3, and that's your boy, Chris. Estriel was absolutely popping off with the spawn kills.
Yeah, he did get the 40 kills in game 1, but he dropped the biggest score here in game number 3. When you were watching the Guerrillas, though, today, where do you think they have strengths that they'll continue to build on leading up to Boston?
It just felt like they were more on the same page today than we've seen in previous series. Again, there was a lot of opportunities for them to close out these maps, and they all just seemed to have a different game plan for how they were going to do that. That's not what we saw today against the LA Thieves. It seemed like they were an actual cohesive unit. They all knew how to play around each other, and also just the slaying. Like, that's usually the biggest problem when it comes to middle of the pack teams, is they're unable to keep up with the slaying of some of the top tier teams. You got Diamondcon and FaZe dropping 40 together in the map number 1. You got FaZe dropping 13 in the Search and Destroy, and even Estriel got part of the pack during that control.
Do you like this or the 3-0 sign better, Allie?
I like the 3-0 sign.
This one's pretty good, though, Diamondcon. All right, let's keep this moving here. We got your play of the game. It's round 11. Fame, the legend of Search and Destroy today. He was everywhere. 12-5 at this point, and the man finishes on a double-digit streak, Nameless.
Yeah, this is one of the adjustments that they made. You know, they let him play over towards red, and he got so many first bloods doing that. He's able to pick up another one in this round, and it ends up coming down to a 1v3 situation where Ghosty finds 2 kills, but not able to figure out where Assault is. Assault finds that final kill in the back to close it out. And honestly, a map that they were down 4-2, you thought Thieves were going to run away with it, get that victory. It's LAG with the adjustments.
And I have to say, I'm a little bit worried about this Thieves squad because we've seen how good they can look when things are working for them. But they looked like they got mentally boomed back to back. You lose the round 11, and then you lose the 1v2 against Diamondcon to lose that first round of control. After that, it looked like they had no fight left in them. I don't know if it was just an issue where the other team had all the confidence and carried it into the game, or if you just lost all your leadership.
I think it's more of a consistency thing. I think, unfortunately, for the LA Thieves, just about every single player on this roster is a tendency to be inconsistent. All throughout last year, Cammy had his great moments, Afro had his great moments, but they couldn't keep it on at the same... on like consistently, and I think that's going to continue to be LA Thieves' problem.
Also, like, we got to address Chance saying, like, we're all writing them off. We said it was going to go game 5. It could have been a very close series. Thieves, though, letting a lot of people down. We thought that they were going to be much better, especially after the performance in their last game against Boston, but the inconsistency shows with these new teams.
All right, I predicted the 3-0 perfectly. I don't know what Dan was just talking about, but we got to tell you about some other things going on here, ladies and gentlemen. You can sync your calendar. It's the last broadcast of 2023.
Wow.
But we're starting up again in January. Sync up right now by scanning that QR code today. If you do so, we'll hook you up in-game with the Squad Up calling card.
We can all squad up together and match calling cards. It's so
Squad!
cute.
And of course, we've got the Call of Duty Endowment Warrior Pack available. Trust your instincts and reign supreme with the Call of Duty Endowment Warrior Pack. Purchase now at callofduty.com/warrior pack. That's gonna do it for the post game for match number 2, but we still have one more battle to go here in 2023. The unbeaten Squirrels put their record on the line against a Boston squad desperate for a dub.
The process of transferring over into civilian life is a real challenge. The fact that the endowment's sole mission is to assist with that process, I think, is pretty admirable. My hope in this partnership with the Call of Duty Endowment is that I can help other veterans come home and find new jobs, new purpose, new missions, still serving others.
Welcome back. We're gearing up for the final match of 2023. But before that kicks off, we've got to hit our quick Monster winner spotlight. We got Fame on the line, now talking with winner of our previous match. You got it done in just 3 maps against LA Thieves. How are you feeling about your Guerrillas right now?
Feeling great. I mean, that was a Battle of LA. That's a very important match for us, and I'm glad we got the win.
Fame, congrats. I mean, that was a hell of a series out of you guys. Obviously, still some room for improvement. What are you guys going to be focusing on as we head into the big holiday break?
I mean, the spawns are going to change with this break, so we're going to be focusing on that in respawns, and then obviously fixing up our SND. Going around 11 so many times so far this year, we want to have cleaner wins in that mode.
Fame, you were killing it today. A 10 streak, like 4 first bloods. Congratulations on the win. I want to ask, did you see the coaches poll? And did that give you guys sort of a chip on your shoulder to prove the community wrong?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like coming into the league this year, we were kind of the doubted team, the team that everyone's kind of writing off. So the coaches poll kind of in line with that, and we're just trying to prove everyone wrong.
Love it.
Fame, last question for you. What do you think is the biggest misconception about your team right now? What should the community get right?
That we're grinders, that we're about our business. We're going to stand on business. That's what we've been saying. So we're going to keep trying to improve and keep trying to get better. And, you know, we got a hard rest of this major qualifiers, but we're going to look at get some more dubs for sure.
It was a fresh roster this time around, but you now lead this series 6-1 LAG versus LA Thieves. Congrats on
Easy.
the 6th win.
Battle LA, dominated by the Guerrillas. Let's go.
Easy. That's Fame. That was our match number 2. We'll catch him a little bit later in January. For now, though, we turn our eyes to the top dogs. Toronto went all the way to the World Championships last year. They fell short in a grand final, and afterwards, they brought in Envoy. Now this Toronto squad looking like the team to beat potentially in the league.
I'm sorry, Toronto. Nobody's letting you live it down. You know what I'm saying? Every time we bring up Toronto Ultra, we have to talk about how they fell short
100%.
last year in the grand finals. And you know what? They made a change. They brought an Envoy. And so far, it's looking great for the Purple Squirrels. They have had some pretty dominant series. And I've seen Kleenex extremely comfortable on the map. And when it comes to the Monster Energy pregame, Karachi Tech, unstoppable, 4-0 record with 5 ticks capped per round. That means their offensive prowess this is insane. And like I said, CleanX, he's got a 2.08 right now in attacking. Scrap rocking a 2.57. This is a team that's going to continuously set the pace.
Toronto the favorites in this fight, but you also have a tough Boston lineup in this battle. So let's talk about the Breach as you take a look at Toronto Ultra one more time. Breach going to be a tough squad here, Nameless. They're a team that took Atlanta all the way to a Game 5 on opening day. I feel like they had 2 losses after that, and now everyone's just writing them off. Are the Breach still in the hunt here?
Absolutely. I mean, listen, Boston Breach, like, they have some great players on this team. We've seen flashes of greatness from the young guys, too. Like, Snoopy's look good, Capsidal on the Search and Destroys. They've just been choking a couple games. Like, I mean, you think about their first series versus Atlanta FaZe, extremely close. Like, I think that shows the potential of this team, and we know how MW3 can be. Games can just get away from you. We saw it in that last series that they had up against the LA Thieves. Like, they rallied back in that hard point. They end up losing it. In that Search and Destroy, they had a lead and then end up losing it. You can see 6 and 14 on offense, 30% win rate. It ranks last, so clearly that has to be better in Search and Destroy and then get more out of holds. They're doing great. They're #1 in hold percentage, but they're only getting 37 points per hold. That has to be more in this game. You know how easy it is to hold it.
Right. As we take a look at the maps and modes here, I want to break down Boston's best chances to steal maps. Where are they, Nameless, as you look across this board?
I think that terminal, obviously there's a big opportunity there. You know, if you get control of Røkkr, that's a guaranteed 60. Play for security. You have great AR players. And then also high rise. We just saw it, Allie. Like, you can put a team in a blender pretty easy.
This is a little chaotic for me because all 3 of these maps are basically new looks for both of these teams. Other than that, Karachi SND, Boston Breach lost round 11, Atlanta FaZe, first series of the year. I'm worried about high rise more so on the other side, and that Toronto Ultra's a team that'll definitely be looking to put you in a box.
This is true.
Chat, let us know, are we going beyond 3 games? How many and who wins this series? We got to make our predictions official here on the desk, and I will go first. Toronto.
Dang it.
I'm going north, going north.
Can't catch it today. I'm also going for the Toronto Ultra.
I like that you consider me the leader, even though we're tied.
Listen, yo, I want to catch you guys, so I'm hitting with an audible. I'm sorry, graphics guys. I'm going to go with Boston Breach.
No way.
Please give me this one.
Ignore that purple.
Change it,
You went Boston.
Buzzer
it's
beater.
officially
I'm
Boston for Nameless. Everyone write it down. We got the match ready. Let's throw it over to our casters. We got Tunny. How we doing, Christopher Tunn? It has to be said.
Oh, man, I'm like a bad smell. You just can't get rid of me, Chris. You can't get rid of me. Jay, I'm very excited for this game, though. Yes, okay, we're back into it. And Toronto have looked so good so far. Boston, we've seen a few little flurries here and there, but not quite the full package that we were maybe expecting. They maybe need to bring more of that level that we've seen in that week #1. But I think the most important thing we've just been chatting about, you do not want to be starting in the losers bracket for your own major, the first one coming up in January. Boston, you got to find a win in this game.
You got to figure something out. And it's not going to be easy going up against Toronto Ultra because they've basically been picture perfect ever since the league has started. And it continues here as CleanX just finds 3 of already applies the pressure and the spawns now flip. Boston already on the back foot.
Absolute disaster to kick things off, but CleanX has just been ridiculous so far this season. Every single time you're tuning into Toronto Ultra, it is a smoke show from the young team. Insight and Co now getting control of it towards the security side. Envoy trying to get the cuts if he can, but it's a wonderful start for Ultra. 30 and rising. Spawn's very important here though, Jay. They've got them locked in pretty much straight away from CleanX, running the show.
Yeah. And now Boston Breach, they get in this final couple of seconds at P1, but you gotta apply this pressure through Røkkr. Toronto came out picture perfect off this break. 35 seconds uncontested at P1, and now they maintain the spawns for next, but Capsidal with 2. Can it lead to anything? Nope, it leads to Inside finding 3 of his own. So Toronto Ultra at least find all the kills, but they don't have the spawn. So Boston, they're gonna be here to try to find this break.
No, Inside tries his very best to stop something happening over towards the security side. CleanX now left all on his own. There's 3 picked up over towards Røkkr to kick things off in the map, and may well just be slowing them down. Scrap towards the back side isn't going to be able to do a lot. Toronto Ultra here in reinforcement. Let's try and help CleanX up still. Inside of P2, yeah, picking up the points, but Boston yet to really close the gap, trying to get it down, and eventually will do so. 30 seconds to play with Boston. So only need these ones here.
Yeah, they definitely need this 30 seconds because if you're Toronto Ultra, you already are thinking a step ahead. We get 30 seconds off P2, great. Now we have full plane control. You're going to force Boston Breach to try to execute a break here. Capsidal with that first kill, he's going to try to set up a pinch. You do have one player inside who spawns towards Laboratory, so he's going to try to get that other player off the old time, but they don't find any of the kills. Boston Breach, they do a great job of just finding the kills, finding the break, and now it's going to lead to great time in play.
It feels like Capsidal did that over towards P2. You seen the work coming through Bookshop, finds a couple of kills there. That gets the security spawns for Boston over towards P2. Now over towards the back, he finds a couple of kills. Sets Boston up very beautifully now with 50 seconds to go over towards P3. Inside of the plane, Boston starting to try and get themselves back into this game after an early flurry from Ultra. What's the comms like with Boston Breach? Let's go for a listen.
I got him weak in the back. Top card, scrap, weak. Three in the back with no. Do you have my cross?
Yeah, we're having a sec, Close. Bring it. I'm leading. Front, dead.
One more front.
I'll see you in the back.
One top lane.
Yeah, one shot. I have gas. He's pitching me.
He killed me, bro. I just found it. They're gonna hit your friend. Never.
I heard for a sec.
One spawn right
there. Use weak on time. Back right.
Beyond me, one shot. You're on then.
Who's Dreams? Breaking.
Yeah, Dreams.
Back left time. Dead.
Yeah, I got
I'm in book.
Here, I need it.
Got that. Close book on me.
No, I got me. Close up.
Red done.
Copy.
That's more right. One back.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
Nice.
They could be going on
scrap. I think he's crossing.
I have gas.
Our hallway, honestly.
Could be books.
One's red.
One pick on my books.
Yeah, read the books.
Front end, done. One more front. Two.
There's
2P1, bro.
Alright, there's one SC, so I have the plane cross.
They might have.
They can't be playing. Yeah, one low red.
I have VS.
Could be in me.
Weak. It's a weak. Last one, P1. Spawning SC, so I have plane cross.
And as soon as we jump into that listen, I got a little scared because you saw Toronto Ultra. They were able to find the break and then win a couple rotation gunfights towards the next hill. But Boston Breach, they were able to get that break in towards Røkkr with about 30 seconds left, flip these spawns, and now chain it to Library to take the lead. This is exactly the answer that Boston Breach needed to get back into this game.
No, it is indeed a lively one, but the trade's now starting to come through. Over towards the bookshop. Priestahh locking it down. Slasher is there with him. It feels like, Toronto Ultra, we were speaking about it in the listening. They really lived and died by a few big moments coming in from CleanX towards the early stages of this rotation, and that's a big chunk of their time. Other than that, it's been, I want to say quite sporadic, but Boston Breach doing a really good job at finding these breaks and finding the holes where need be as well. It's a 30-point lead for the side of Boston as we head back over towards P1. A rotation that looks very good for the boys in green.
Oh, man.
These are big kills from Toronto, though. Priestahh needs to stay alive. Gonna fall down. Toronto Ultra security control immediately.
Yeah, that's exactly what Toronto Ultra wanted to do. They knew we can't have Eskies going forward, especially for P1 or P2. We got to try to flip. They find all the kills at the right time, and we're able to flip, take control of security again, and now chain it to this P1 time. And if you are Boston Breach, you got to do the same thing you did last time. Just apply this pressure, win a couple gunfights through the front end, and then try to flip them again. But so far, Ultra holding down strong. You have insight in towards Røkkr. The contest spot is all good. Slasher with the wallbang does take him down. And with those beams out of Priestahh, Boston Breach, they get the break.
They get the break. Don't get the spawn that they wanted, though. Still towards those Eski side. Priestahh inside the point, though, with 25 seconds to go. Toronto Ultra in a prime position to try and contest this where they can. 20 seconds. Breach could do with this time, just with the positioning of Ultra heading into the next hill now, but Snoopy can find one. Trophies forced out. Priestahh and the boys. Here they go. Can they find the breakthrough over towards the backside? Inside trying to do his best to stay alive. It's important kill is going to come on through. The reinforcements are here. It's going to be Scrap to find another. Toronto Ultra just about holding on to the spawns where they can. Scrap trying to stay alive. We're heading over towards P2. And really, it was from the bookshop that we've seen a lot of the work being done from Boston Breach. It was Capsidal this time. It was Slasher the last. Doesn't manage to find the kill, but to the backside we go. Capsidal slipped the net, does find the kill. Now Insight, pressure is on. Has to hold it down for the rest of the team who are on their way, but a slight break here for Breach towards the back.
Yeah, Boston, they breach in towards the back end. They flip the spawns, but now it's not leading to any time because Toronto, they have all the crosses watched that the spawns are now going to flip on back. So you can take a deep F if you are Boston Breach. You're not going to get put in a headlock over towards this P2 side. You can properly set up if you lose all this time for that plain hill. And that's exactly what the call is probably going to be. 4 already in a row for Insight. Start to take over in this game. Pretty sure I pulled out the back button. Yeah, Envoy's not having a good time so far on Terminal. Hopefully he starts to turn it around. But Ultra, they're going to be able to take the lead. But for how long? Because Boston Breach are fully set up into the nets.
Maybe a closer game than a lot of people maybe gave it credit for. So far, so good for Boston Breach. They are well and truly into this one. Envoy trying his best to get himself up and rolling. 7 and 21 from him. You're going to need to see a little bit more, but ultimately the important numbers are the ones at the top of the screen. Although that lead may well just change now. Boston Breach inside of the plane, locking this one down. You can see the position of Capsidal. He's going to be there for the pinch over towards the stairs, and like clockwork, the 2 kills coming on through. Snoopy is there to help as well, and inside the hill is Priestahh. Wonderful hold from Boston.
And now you're put in a situation now, if you're Ultra, we cannot contest Plain Hill anymore. We have to try to hold them at that side of the map. We have to set up properly over towards Røkkr. So they're going to cut their losses, give up about 40 seconds, but you cannot give up these gunfights. A big win comes in from Capsidal to take down CleanX. He does get the close one to his team, so nothing to be worried about yet, but Capsidal's not slowing down, son.
Fantastic work from Capsidal. Ultra need to lock this one down and will eventually deter Boston through the burger side. Escalator's push not quite coming on through. Ultra spawning towards that side now as well. Boston Breach are going to be about 35 or so away by the time we get over to Burger. The time now starting to click in as we head over towards the next hill. Boston now meticulously going to try and find their way through. Security is going to be the hit, as so often it is. First kills are going to come through, playing the corner. Well, he's actually not going to find anything. There was one player towards the backside. They fall. And all of a sudden, Priestahh starting to find this push. Is this the break for Boston Breach? Inside the point, just trying to lock it down. He gets wiped out. Boston Breach inside the hill.
And they can win it here too, Ton. You have to try to contest this if you are Toronto. A good nade comes in from CleanX to take out Snoopy. So it's just keeping this hill white now. But we have to flip these spawns if you are Ultra. You just have to get past Priestahh, who's beaming. Snoopy, who's currently beaming. Boston are not giving up. They're fighting for this final 20.
220 and rising. Boston Breach cannot win it here. Toronto Ultra certainly cannot. We'll be heading over towards another hill. Snoopy doing his best here, sitting at 27 and 19. The young god slaying it out for the Boston Breach. Over towards the bookstore we go. Toronto Ultra need to start finding some kills and finding them very, very fast. Envoy needs to get himself online. The rest of the boys, they're there, they're frying. We don't like to try and lean into kills too much, but he's very much lagging behind. But can the rest of the guys on the Toronto Ultra side find a break over towards the bookstore now? 20 seconds to go. Boston still in control here, Jit.
Boston still spawning in towards the back. They're trading efficient in towards the library. Inside, trying to be the player on the flank to make something happen. He finds 2. He's 24 and 12. This guy is going off. Someone needs to help him, and that 2-piece right there might have just been enough for Toronto Ultra to stay alive a little longer.
Might just keep them away. 11 seconds now for Boston Breach. Slasher will find 1. Over towards the generator. Slasher will find a second. You need to lock it down if you're inside. Who's holding the back? CleanX, you hold the front. Is that the bait from Slasher? That may well find their way through. The back is being lost, and as has the hill. 15 seconds to go now. Boston Breach continue to lock this one in. Toronto Ultra spawning nowhere near. And Boston Breach come out swinging. Map number 1 goes over towards the Boston side.
That is exactly what I needed to see right there, Ton. You were asking me before this match started, what do we need to see out of Boston? How do they make this a series? It all came down to map 1, but they dominate in that map 1 when it came to the rotations. The only real shining light for Toronto Ultra was the beginning of that game when CleanX drops a 3-piece, flips the spawns instantly, and they were able to chain it to P2. But everything else on the map was all Boston Breach. Great at the Plain Hill towards P3, but even better at the Burger Hill towards P4. They were the first team there on the first rotation. Even though it got a little scrappy, they walk away with a majority of the time, and they take the spawns. They do it again for the second time, and that eventually leads to the victory for Boston Breach. You got the young Røkkrs who came out to play. Snoopy just went crazy in map number 1. Obviously, on the opposite side for Toronto Ultra, Envoy didn't have the best. If he spawns a little bit, probably a closer game, but Boston Breach shut all the haters up. They said, we're here to stay, and that's a great map number 1 win versus a team like Ultra.
And that's just one of those moments that, you know, I was sitting there at home watching the very first game between Breach and FaZe and thinking, oh, you know, Breach are really hanging, or FaZe a little bit slow off the blocks, but hey, look, Breach, they look great in that series. Since then, have looked a little bit sloppy, and honestly, when CleanX came out with a 3-piece to kick things off, I was like, oh, here we go. This is going to be another 3-0, boys. This one's going to be quick. Boston Breach, a hell of a lot of fight in them. Insight, though, had a ungodly game for Ultra, and ultimately it didn't matter. And usually when you see a performance coming out from a player like Jamie Craven, just like that, you think Ultra are going to have this one in the bag, but Boston Breach, so scrappy. and just getting in amongst it when they needed to. The rotations were really, really nice. Capsidal making some good work over towards the back, playing an early rotation over towards P1. I mean, look, they just chained some hills together, found the kills that they needed, and find map number 1. A turn up for the Bucks here. Between these two sides, it really isn't the expected outcome. In map number 1, Terminal Hardpoint goes the way of Boston. Karachi Search and Destroy and high-rise control will certainly be seen. But will we see Invasion? Double header, Hardpoint and Search and Destroy in maps number 4 and 5. Man, that's going to be a good series to lay out the rest of it, Jay. This is unprecedented to a certain degree. Everyone's kind of been looking at Ultra and sort of saying, look, these boys have been slamming people. Ultimately, though, we were saying this is their hardest game that they would have had so far. It turns out that's right. 1-0 for the Boston Breach.
It definitely is, man. The young guns came out to play. Slasher was going big when he needed to for a couple 2 pieces off the rotation, but you take this momentum now if you are Boston Breach versus the team in Toronto Ultra, who everybody has really high in all the standings between the teams. You get that done in map number 1. Now you're going into a map number 2 in Search and Destroy, where they're currently sitting at 0-4 in the season, but a majority of these Search and Destroys, you got to look at them and be like, Boston were in the lead, they had control, and they just simply choked it. Versus a team like Toronto Ultra, who's fairly a new team. Envoy just joined the lineup. That's going to be their weakest game mode. That's the only loss that they have now alongside the Hardpoint that they did just lose. Search and Destroy has been a struggle for this Ultra team, at least in that one match. Can Boston Breach try to capitalize it with the momentum that they now gained off of map 1?
Can they keep it going? That's going to be the story. But the new player on Toronto Ultra, Envoy, really not having a great time with things there. But CleanX is somebody who has been standing out so far in the CDL. Looking over towards the KD so far, the SMG duo very much getting the job done. The team north of the border, that is it, of course, in Search and Destroy. These two boys have been frying, Jay. It's going to be hard for Boston to counter what's going to go on here, but we've seen some good things from Boston in that map number 1. They're going to be coming in swinging.
Oh, yeah, you best believe they're coming in swinging, because the rookie led the way in the kills. Like 32 and 22 out of Snoopy. You know that guy's moving and grooving around the map. And then when you get that map number 1 win underneath your belt, you're also going to have the confidence in Capsidal. So I'm really excited to see those guys square up and take map control against this Toronto Ultra roster.
Which way will this one go? Over towards Karachi Search and Destroy. Already. Predictions be damned for today. Well, especially in that game number 2. I didn't have the 3-0 for LAG.
Me either, bro. They came out swinging, though.
Oh, man. What a game that was from the boys on LAG. And can Boston provide us with another upset here today? A 2-0 lead will certainly set them on their way if they can find it. But over towards Search and Destroy, Toronto Ultra have had their struggles, but we know how well-rounded this roster has been since its inception through every single version of it that we have seen so far. But Envoy on this roster will be looking to pick things up in map number 2. CleanX already getting aggressive. Slasher ready. There's blood over towards Boston Breach, holding tight so far over towards B.
Yeah, it's a perfect read right there from Slasher to find that first blood onto CleanX. No trophy systems to work with, so you know they're not going to get aggressive up on that B site, so he plays it patient. He's able to find the first kill, so now Envoy's going to invest that smoke, try to take a better positioning towards the bottom of this bridge side, but Boston Breach, they're ready for it. Look at the positioning of Capsidal, ready to make a play.
Great position for Capsidal to be in. Oh, and just the timing doesn't work out for Insight, but his gun does. Snoopy. And it traded out. Capsidal has been spotted, has been tagged. Envoy flying. Capsidal will say no thank you. There's the kill. And all of a sudden, what was looking like a 2v2 is a 1v3. What can Scrap do here in round number 1? He's being called out. He has tagged the player up, but Snoopy will say no. A couple of big gunfight wins. And Boston Breach continue where they left off on the hardpoint, 1-0.
Yeah, if I'm Envoy, I want that one back, because if you're able to find that kill on a Capsidal, you make it a 2v2. Now you force him to start peeking towards this B-bomb site. But once he loses that gunfight, Scrap left in the 1v3. Snoopy throws a little shimmy through the bottom fountains area, and then just snaps on him with that rival 9 for Boston Breach to get the very first round win on the defensive side. But to the attack they go. This is something that we talked about in the Monster pregame. They struggle with their attacking rounds. Can they try to fix it here?
An attacking round straight out the gates would be wonderful for Boston. Aggression from Snoopy. Here he goes. He will get caught, though. With his pants down, so to speak. Envoy will get out as well. No trade is there, but the CleanX crew comes on through. Capsidal will get taken down. CleanX will find another. Continuing to impress in Search and Destroy. And, well, just in general, to be honest with you. Priestahh now, what can he do? It's a quick shot punch. What year is it? Scarp will get taken down, but the trade is there. Toronto Ultra very, very fast and swift round to answer back.
Yeah, Ultra just were ready for that push. They were expecting the mid push, and it plays right into their hand. Envoy is the only player over towards that A site, but gets no info, no nades coming over the top. They have to be applying pressure over towards B and mid. Finds the time, and they get the first blood, and then Capsidal gets picked apart as well. Once you shut down the two most aggressive players, everyone can slow down and try to work the picks, but they just continued on with that pressure to secure that round.
Yeah, and I think, you know, whenever it doesn't get traded pretty much immediately there, that's a tough round for Boston. Capsidal will find the first blood onto Envoy this time around, though. Good shots and clean ones. Coming in from CleanX over towards Sasha. 3v3 now.
A lot of time still to work with. CleanX is currently on a 4 streak, so he probably just wants to take his time. Can potentially earn himself a cruise missile, and the call is now going to come in for Ultra. Let's rotate over back towards this A site. You still have Scrap being an island player over towards B. Can he find a timing? Does he check the corner? No. Information is now going to be gained. They're going to try to isolate Scrap over towards B site.
Snoopy now. What can be done? Doesn't go for the check inside. We'll get this one down. Straight into the bus you go. Hope you paid your fare, Jamie. Snoopy now looking over as he spotted him. CleanX has spotted Snoopy. Priestahh will find the kill on the inside, though. All of a sudden, it is 3 versus 2. Nade over just to check, and all of a sudden, CleanX is left on his own. Not in a bad spot to defend this, but 3 members of Boston Breach going to try and do something about it. CleanX will be able to find the first one, dipping and diving, but that bomb is being defused. Has he got time to find himself over there? He isn't going to manage to check it. Snoopy will get the defuse. Priestahh on Overwatch. Boston Breach just about get that one done. A little bit scary for a second, but has to be said, though. The setup from Ultra looked okay, but broke down very quickly.
Yeah, I was excited watching that setup from Ultra because you keep Scrap at bay. Now he's putting 2 players from Boston Breach solely focused on him. We're trying to trap this guy on this side of the map, so it's going to be a 2v1 on the opposite side. Free bomb plant. That's awesome. But if you're the first player to drop, especially over towards that A site, they now know that Scrap is still on this side of the map. We don't have to worry about him. We isolate him, and then eventually turns it to a 3v1. Boston Breach, again, strong on the defense.
And they find that elusive attacking round. That could be the difference maker here in map number 2. Smokes out from Capsidal. And ultimately that will set and line the motion of everybody else on this map. Smokes out. That's info to a certain degree. CleanX maybe gets a little bit greedy to check that one. Slasher will find the kill. And is this Boston's chance? Complete B-side control. Toronto Ultra gonna have to go for the retake here. Can Boston get that bomb down under this pressure though? Not quite going for it yet, but may well do it soon.
Yeah, it's just a little difficult now that you already invested that smoke. You don't want to get bad timing and catch one of your players without a gun in his hand, but Capsidal's now going to decide to lay it. Has insight, spotted that cross. I don't think he did, so Capsidal's going to be able to get out with his life. 3v4 on the retake. What can Toronto Ultra get?
We'd have to conjure up some sort of magic here if you're Ultra. Insight. Well, he's done it before. It's not going to happen this time. Boston have struggled on the attack, but get one under their belts this time around. Looking very, very nice for Boston Breach here, who just seem to have come out the block swinging.
Yeah.
Search and Destroy look the same, Jay. It's kind of the same story. It's nice and clinical from them every single time.
Yeah, the teamwork right now is on point. You get Capsidal to invest that smoke grenade on towards the site, then you force CleanX to reposition himself to try to check it. When attacks are going down at B, you're most likely thinking, especially with the smoke, that bomb is getting planted, but it does not. It leads to him getting first blood and then just slowly picking them apart as the round goes on. Now leads to Boston 2 in a row, up 3-1. Back on the defensive side. This time, though, it's Scrap finding the first blood on the Capsidal.
That is a big kill as well, but Snoopy, equally as big over towards the other side of the map, will find one, but does get traded inside now. Is able to plant this bomb. He's going to get it down, but Priestahh and Slasher very much on their way. Priestahh, yeah, is going to wait for Slasher to come over before he starts to make a move. Austin through the middle of the map now. Envoy set over towards top right. 2 versus 2. Next kill is massive.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. Priestahh was just playing impatient, waiting for his teammates to get here and takes down inside, makes it a 1v2, but now positioning known. Envoy finds the trade onto Slasher in a 1v1. He's just going to stick it.
Pros don't fake, but Envoy always checks. Priestahh goes for the defuse. Envoy will fly on through, though. Bomb not going to get defused this time around. And it feels like an important round for Ultra. That would have been 4-1 to the Boston Breach, and that is a very different scoreline to 3-2. Nicely done by Toronto Ultra. The aggression comes through. Envoy clutches up. We knew the next couple of kills were going to be very, very important. But Envoy putting to bed the performance of map number 1. Important kill from him, 3-2.
Now Ultra back on the defensive end. Envoy trying to hit a couple routes. He was trying to get in towards top red, but epically failed there. So now we're going to be playing in towards the bottom of the ticket. Potentially he's going to have some information of a player standing on the backside of this door. No, he's just switching up corners, just waiting for Boston Breach to strike first.
Oh, Snoopy kind of gets caught a little bit. Inside goes for the check. The backup was there. Even if he did find the kill, it would have ultimately been a trade. But Toronto Ultra get a little bit more than that. Now the push for Boston Breach. Defaulting back over towards the B side, but could do with finding a pick before they even consider doing something here. The smoke is maybe just bait, but can slash it. Find a catch with it. Not looking likely so far. Toronto Ultra holding tight.
Holding tight, but unfortunately Slasher finds the first kill. Slasher's able to find two. Almost snaps on for the third, but that's now going to be a 3v2 situation where it was just a 4v3. It's going to allow this B-bomb to go down for Boston Breach. Priestahh in a great spot. Takes down Envoy. Now it's all left up to Scrap. Now positioning known. 1v3 for him.
It's just looking impossible for Scrap. Not gonna happen. Boston Breach pull one out of nothing. Toronto Ultra was set up so well.
Yeah.
Smoke comes out for Boston. You use like the utility. You don't find anything. But then it peaks so late. Boston was so patient. Slasher finds two and the round with it.
I just think right there, if you're all Ultra in a 4v3, once that smoke goes down, if you're not instantly able to check the bomb, let's just give it up and play for the retake. Because once the smoke clears and Kleenex goes for the chow, that's when Slasher picks him apart and he finds a second one for free towards the middle of the map. So just gotta play your numbers a little bit more tighter.
Frustrating one for Toronto. It's been a frustrating series so far. And we'll get a little bit more frustrating with that. Snoopy, another first blood over towards the Boston Breach side, and he is just dipping, dodging, weaving around the Ultra players and surviving somehow. Snoopy skating around and just locking the site down. Kills have been traded, but number 3 for Snoopy. Boston. 1 round away from going 2-0 up.
He was literally dancing with death just now, Ton. And he took him. That's unbelievable what he just did. The fact that he was able to throw a pre-nade, I thought he would have had the second kill for free, but he throws the nade at his feet. For some reason, the guy just runs straight at him, gives him a free 2-piece, and then he's able to dance around and towards the ticket and finesse and find the final kill. Snoopy just shuts that whole round down by himself, and now this applies Boston Breach to be at game point.
With some defensive rounds heading their way as well, they will be feeling much more confident about their Search and Destroy gameplay right now, about their chances of making that winner's bracket at their home major. It's looking a little bit more likely now. 5-2 up. Need one more round. We've seen teams crumble to the pressure of Ultra many a time, though. They have more than got it in the locker to bring this one back. Boston Breach maybe being a little bit passive in this attack. Just trying to find out where Toronto Ultra is sitting up. And boy inside the top red. Not going to see any information, but no information is information. Boston Breach. Where are they? Ultra, not sure.
And they're just getting by all these players' screens. Finally, Inside is able to spot one, but the bomb is now going to be planted. 4v4 on the retake. You have Envoy and Inside. Envoy actually looks like he's going to get into an engagement. Big kill to find the first for Slasher. Instantly there for the trade.
Oh, this is huge. Scrap will find Slasher as well. Oh, and Envoy just about finishes up. Priestahh. Snoopy's just staying alive inside a restaurant. Now in a 1v2 will be a 1v3. Shots ringing on through the diner. Can he continue? Oh! Snoopy snaps onto one. Can't find the second. The trade is in, but things got a little bit scary. Ultra finding that first kill on that retake was so important. And the trades fall through. Toronto Ultra survive.
Stay alive a little bit longer, but man, this young man Snoopy, he's just pulling on a clinic. Every time I watch him in the gunfight, like, I don't know how he does it. He does it with the rival. He does it with the MCW. It does not matter. Almost clutches the 1v3 for his team to call game. But Toronto Ultra stay alive a little bit longer in this Search and Destroy. I would love to see them just develop a strategy where they're just 4-hitting something. Like, let's just 4-hit something. Let's throw all strategies out the window. Let's just try to use our gunny to our ability here.
It's never seemed to be the Toronto Ultra way, but sometimes you like to see it. Kleenex now going to put himself into that similar position. Our boss is going to read this once more. Shots ringing on through over towards the B site. Potentially compromised if you breach here if Kleenex decides to make a move this way or that. Just staying put. So far, so good. Capsidal in a wonderful position to do something about this, but has it worked out in his favor? Gets himself over towards the market side, and if Capsidal can stay alive here, it's a huge problem for Ultra.
Snoopy tagged up. First blood did go over towards the Ultra side, but Capsidal in such a fantastic spot will find one. Looks over towards top 3, will dip out as well. 3v3, Jay. Snoopy and Kill. Trying to find something. Capsidal will find another, though. He's been an absolute menace over towards the market side. 3 versus 2 now. Toronto Ultra, not much they can do. We'll find another. 2 versus 2. Snoopy lingering around the middle of the map, but Capsidal has just locked it down from the market side. They need to get rid of him with 15 seconds to go. He cooks the nade, and that's 3 for Capsidal. Snoopy's fading out. The ace is on the cards. The ace and the map is there for Capsidal and Boston. 2-0 up against Toronto Ultra. Phenomenal performance, left, right, and center. The S&D was for Ultra, well, maybe somewhat continue, but Boston Breach, much, much better. 2-0 up in this series and looking good against the consensus best team on the game. A lot of people have been saying, but Boston getting the job done. Wonderful work in the search and destroy. 6-3. My word. Boston Breach. Phenomenal from him. Specifically from Capsidal. Fantastic work. Toronto Ultra. A lot of work to do. Boston Breach 2 to the good now. And have 3 more maps to potentially close this one out. We're going to see high-rise control. Will we see invasion at any stage? I am not too sure. With the way that Boston have been playing this one, I'm not sure that Ultra are going to be able to bring this one back, but we will find out if they can on the other side of this break. Fantastic work from the side of Boston Breach, but can Ultra bring this one back? They need a reverse sweep to do so. Find out for the side of this break.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League pack. Grab yourself the CDL Operator, Weapon Blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now. Don't miss out on all the action at the first Call of Duty League Major, hosted by the Boston Breach, this January 25th to the 28th at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway in Boston. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to callofdutyleague.com for more info.
Well, Toronto Ultra looking to hand out some early Christmas presents here to Boston Breach. It's a 2-0 lead for the Boston side. Looking very, very good for them so far. Toronto Ultra, just not much of an answer at this moment in time for what has been really, really great teamwork out outside of Boston, but Capsidal popping off in the final round to secure the search and destroy. Multiple players on Boston popping off in the hard point to get the job done in map number 1. But a 3-0, Jay? I don't know, man. Surely not. Surely not another one. We got you, bro. We got you, bro. But hey, look. Snoopy is being... Oh.
I think I'm unmuted now. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man. Hello.
Snoopy's going crazy, ton. Snoopy's going nuts.
Consensus is Snoopy's going kind of crazy. Can he continue it here, though? Against Toronto in map number 3. Phenomenal in 1 and 2. A third. Could he possibly do it? Iros control coming up right now. Can Toronto bounce this one back? You wouldn't put it past them for a reverse sweep to end, well, 2023 for the CDL. We'd be back, of course, after Christmas, but hey, Boston Breach would love to be heading into 2024 with a win underneath their belt. Hands over from Snoopy towards the B side. Grenade will hit as well over onto Scrap. Toronto Ultra just trying to feel themselves out here. Can they find some kills? Capsidal, Snoopy, the one snapping left, right, and center. Snoopy is shooting hellishly straight right now. Boston find a very, very clean wipe, and now can push forward. Can they cause these spawns to just be absolute havoc for Toronto Ultra? Pushing maybe just a little bit too far as Snoopy. But is the damage potentially already done? Capturing over towards A, capturing over towards B. Are they going to try and concentrate on one thing in particular? Not looking likely. Insight and Scrap. Big kills coming up through. Looking very, very scary for Ultra for just a second there, Jay. I think I've got you back, but...
Yeah, I'm back.
Come out swinging.
I think I'm back. But Boston Breach, they came out swinging. Toronto Ultra, they were able to stop the bleeding, though. Now maintain that map control. And now apply that pressure to try to keep Boston at bay in their spawn. The only player out right now is going to be Priestahh. What else can he get done through the bottom middle of the map while his teammates are trying to fight out of the base? Ultra, no sweat off the brow, though. They have map control. They're doing exactly what they need to do to try to secure this win.
Next couple of kills. Important for both these two teams. Capsidal has managed to find a way out, and well, Nelly found the bullets from Kleenex as well. A couple more kills coming through for Boston now. 27 seconds on the clock. That is going to be stopped. Pressure over towards the B side. Kleenex staying alive. Push pressure over towards the A point as well from Envoy. Good shots coming in from Slasher. We'll eventually get the final ones onto Kleenex. Slasher and Snoopy, though, putting the aggression on. And Snoopy now in the spawn. Boston Breach in a wonderful position to maybe secure this round. At least going to secure B. Great pressure coming in from Snoopy.
That's exactly what you need to do. Chain your kills to being more aggressive up on the map and basically putting them in the headlock in the back of their base. Now leads to Boston Breach, completing that B point, already one segment over towards A. You have Priestahh trying to go for a route, but Kleenex with the perfect read to keep him at bay. A minute 15 left on the clock. Snoopy trying to go for another route. Can he get this kill? No, he cannot. Ultra so far holding on.
A minute to go. Lives not looking too bad on either side. Boston Breach, an ever so slight lead. Capsidal just creeping his way up. Scrap will deal with him. Slasher, though. They are looking very, very good. Priestahh is there to back him up, and a bit of pressure over towards the A side. Big fight going to go on over towards the B side of the map as well with Inside. Just trying to stay alive in and around the crane. Snoopy hunting.
Oh!
Boston chipping away. Snoopy will find the kill on the inside, but Scrap and Envoy doing well just to stem that tide. Just that little bit in here maybe comes every single kill that they need. Kleenex can get a kill on the Slasher. Priestahh's going to be there as well. These are important kills for Boston. Can't get the job done, but Ultra only with 5, make it 4 lives remaining. Jay. It V4 now. Boston need one more sector. Priestahh will find Envoy. 3 lives remaining. This will be monumental from the Ultra side. Scrap taking plenty of bullets, but Priestahh may be the final nail in the coffin of round number 1. Attack Boston. Phenomenal work out of them, Jay. Just flying left, right, and center. I mean, look,
I don't know what's going on, Ton.
Dude, I don't know, mate. I don't know how they want to 0 up in the control. I don't know if you're there or not. They're 2-0 up in the series, mate. Boston Breach just looking phenomenal.
My stuff is breaking, but Boston Breach, they're making up for it. They are dominating so far in this series. You're walking away with an attack on high rise versus a team like Ultra? Oh, yeah, they're on point right now.
Toronto have got to be feeling a certain kind of way. 2-0 down in the series, 1-0 down in your favored mode in control. Can they turn it around? Let's go for a listen with Toronto Ultra.
Right, heli stairs right now. I'm absolutely oil, heli stairs weak.
Heli steps and oil.
He's radio right now.
Be on.
Dead.
What's top heli?
As well.
He's oil. Top oil. Yep. Slasher.
That's got heli.
Slasher is Buffy. Oil. I swear. I see him, bro. I don't know where he went.
Going left, you guys. On point.
Slasher is left. No, yeah. Oil, bro.
Might have hit our under.
Still oil. Flanking you street.
One's low under too.
Trying to beat straight.
Yeah, one beat on as well.
Beat on me, yeah. Just jumped on me, top point.
On deep.
Capsidal on point. We're just living, bro.
Elevator 2 and on point.
With that.
Could have pushed out left.
I think he pushed our street. RB street maybe.
Same. Didn't hit him.
Go low blue, Cap. Our side under. One shot.
Beat on.
In blue now.
Absolute beat on.
Yeah.
Went back towards the underground steps.
Dead. One more. Beat street.
Underground steps dead.
Nice. Coming left to you. Hang on.
One's left.
Let's
stay down.
push up blue.
Challenge him.
Dead.
Nice. So let's just stay back. Beat on right now.
Ivor left.
Behind us.
Top right, yeah. Top right.
He's on their sentry.
Dead.
Nice. That's it.
Doing the fucking movement shit.
Dead.
I'm one shot, bro.
Stack
Yo,
your
A side, A side.
Yeah, I'm holding heli stairs.
Team A side.
I'm chilling out left.
I think the heli stairs.
I have the heli steps right now.
Snoopy dead.
Yo, ladder.
Ladder, weak.
There you go.
He's there underground.
And I expect nothing less from Toronto Ultra Comms. It's nice, calm, cool, collected. Doesn't matter if they're up 2-0, down 2-0, down 0-3. Does not matter. They're going to sound the same. So that is going to allow them to slowly try to work their way back into this game as they complete that beat point. But not really the cleanest gunfight there from Kleenex. It leads to Boston Breach finding 3 around the map. And now they take map control right on back.
I just made a noise I don't think I've made in a very long time. It was aghast. Kleenex losing that gunfight. Boston peg back just a little bit here, though. Those couple of kills will allow that tension to be eased ever so slightly. Snoopy does get taken down for a scrap on the other side. Toronto Ultra just trying to keep this one chaotic. On down in lives, though. Slasher getting aggressive in and around the spawns. Can he start to just stagger this push from Toronto Ultra? Kleenex first on the chopping block is going to find a second over towards the left side. Not going to be there. Kills traded so far, though, is fine for Boston. As long as they keep the players alive in good positions like this. Priestahh sent himself up. Well, fine, not quite. Another one at the Kleenex. But butters him up. Ultra coming in for another push.
It's only 35 seconds left, too, so they probably have 1 or 2 more good pushes. They have to lead with kills. Envoy at least there for the trade. Kleenex finds the second, so Toronto, they're going to be here. Can they shut down Capsidal? Ooh, great job of at least trading him, so the time is now going to be paused. Slash to the next guy up. He falls. All of Boston Breach now stuck in their base. You just have to take care of Insight. They do that. Priestahh with the great nade to get him off the time. And now there's only 2 players from Toronto Ultra who can make some happen.
8v6, make it 8v5, make it 8v4. Boston just slaying with the best. Envoy trying his best to find a way through. But Toronto Ultra, one more roll of the dice. Can they find a pick through? Not if Slasher's going to find that gun. Not if Snoopy's finding that one as well. It's now a 2 versus 6. Make it a 0 versus 6. Boston Breach are running away with this one, Jay. 2-0 up in the control and the series. Map point, match point for Boston Breach.
They are not trying to start in losers bracket at their own major. So far, we were wondering if Boston Breach was going to be able to hit that level that they had versus Atlanta. Even though they lost that series, every single map was down to the wire. I feel like this Boston Breach right now is at a higher level than that, the way that they are putting it together versus Toronto Ultra. Envoy, again, having a slow start in a respawn. Can he try to turn it around? I don't know if he's going to have the answer, though, because the rookies right now, more specifically Snoopy, he's doing it all when he needs to.
Phenomenal job coming in from the Røkkr. Snoopy. Slasher, Priestahh. I mean, it's just relentless from Boston Breach. The kill feed just looking wonderful for them so far. Insight will just about slow that down, but the pressure coming in from both sides now. Snoopy over towards A. The rest of the Boston team looking over towards B into the spawns. Envoy and Scrap will ease that pressure ever so slightly, but Priestahh just keeping it on where he can. Would like to extend this game clock. One tick about to come in over towards the B side. Slash and Priestahh keeping these kills up, keeping Toronto just about pegged back. Big kill coming in from Envoy, though very much needed that. Having a poor showing of things so far. Scrap will find a couple himself. And all of a sudden, Was looking like a really good position for Boston. Is now looking like a phenomenal position for Toronto.
Finally, Toronto have some breathing room. They were able to get out of their base after a couple clutch kills coming in from Envoy and Scrap, but Priestahh makes up for it by shutting down 2 through bottom mid. So now you're going to allow your teammates to get out of the back of their base. We can slowly take the map control once again. Toronto Ultra are going to be turtled up towards their backside, but they're just trading efficiently.
Oh my.
21 to 16 in lives remaining. Snoopy, like I said, Dunny's doing it all, man.
Absolutely frying. Now pushing forward, trying to keep that pressure on again. This spawn pressure is so important. Can't find the second. Priestahh is here lingering. Oh, he can't find the kill. Just about. ADS is out. And CleanX will find that moment. That may well get Toronto Ultra on the scoreboard here. Scrap just trying to slow things down. Snoopy Slasher will be able to find kills, but Scrap is there to maybe answer back with a second as well. Big snap coming in, but is B going to be locked in? That's the important thing for Boston Breach now. That third tick about to fall on through. Capsidal controlling the spawn. Will be in a position to slow down the reinforcements. Mid, he gets dropped. B is locked in. And all of a sudden, Toronto Ultra are off, backs against the wall again. A is now on the chopping block. 1 minute and 10 to go. Look at the lives of Boston J.
Yeah, they only have 8 left if you are Ultra. Boston Priest, they have 13. Capsidal just goes crazy in the back of the spawn. Finds a turn on onto Envoy to keep them in their spawn again. But now with only 1 minute left, Ultra finally able to work their way out. But where is Capsidal? This young man has been making play after play, and he's going to find another opening. Gets that kill onto Insight. Insight now coming off spawn. Can his teammates try to find anything else? No, they cannot. Ultra holds strong over towards the helipad side. A clean 4 dead. 6 to 8, and lives remaining now.
You must hold if you're Ultra. Slasher with a huge nade. Scrap.
Big trade.
7 to 5. CleanX will find another one on to Snoopy as well. 6 to 5 now. Toronto Ultra must stay alive, and they're doing a good job at that. Capsidal will find the kill onto Insight now. 4 versus 5. Ultra, no lives remaining. CleanX with a huge gunfight, but Capsidal will find one. 4v3, 15 seconds. Boston now making their way over. They're the ones that have to make the play. They have to be the ones to force the issue. 7 seconds. Priestahh with a gunfight into CleanX. There's 2 members of Ultra left alive. If you just gotta fly. Is it the 3-0? Merry Christmas, Boston Breach fans. It has to be Insight. Can he spoil it? Finds 2. What's going on?
What?
1 versus 1. Insight now left. Up against Slasher. This is for the map. Or for Insight and Code. They may be staying to this one, but Slasher gunfight. 3-0 Boston Breach to close out 2023 in the CDL. It's a huge, huge upset.
Man, oh man, ton. Boston could do no wrong. From start to finish of this series, you could just tell that they were playing with confidence. But then when you go up 2-0 as a team like Ultra, you're going into a high-rise control. You start off that very first round by winning an attacking round? Oh, I told you, everything was just going right for Boston today. Everyone positive, no one making any mistakes. Even Slasher came in and clutched up in a huge 1v1 versus Insight, who usually has tremendous ice when it comes to clutch ability. But Boston Breach shut us all up, shut me up, and just completely demolished Toronto Ultra to not go 0-4, but to go 1-3 with a nice win over Ultra.
Absolutely huge for Boston. I mean, like we talked about before, you go into the first major in January, you need to make sure you're not in the losers bracket.
Yep.
You can't, but it's your own home major.
Yeah.
And what a way to get your first win. Not just a win over Ultra, but a 3-0 win. I'm not going to say it was necessarily convincing. You know, every single one of these maps was relatively well. Actually, you know, Control wasn't close at all. I'm talking rubbish. But the Search and Destroy, you know, it had its moments here and there, but they always look relatively confident in those moments. The hard point was back and forth, but I want to give the plaudits over towards Boston, but Ultra not at their best today whatsoever.
Yeah, I think Boston Priest definitely deserve a nice little applaud after that one. And if you're Ultra, I wonder what all of us were thinking. Like, we had them at the top, and they come out and look like that? That's not the way you want to end the year out.
Yeah, absolutely not. I'd be really interested to hear what Chris and Co have got to say about that one. I mean, they wanted us out quickly, Chris. I was looking forward to coming back, but we're already done, man. I don't know what to say. That was nice and quick.
Merry Christmas, Ton. Enjoy it with the family. We'll let you go a little bit early. Study, same to you, my guy.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Cheers, everybody. All right, let's wrap this up because I think everyone is still in shock. Don't have a lot of words to explain what happened, but the 2 I can say are Snoopy and Capsidal.
I agree with you. That's
Yeah.
why I just mouthed it the second you said it, because I knew what you were going to say because we're on the same wavelength. I mean, wow. I mean, it wasn't even just in that map number 1. Cap went 9-4 in the search.
Is that good?
And so did Snoopy. They were the duo to be reckoned with, the 2 younger players on this team, making an absolute statement against the team that we were talking about being one of the best, if not top 2, and made them look extremely human in this series right before our big break.
Listen, not gonna say I called it, but I kinda called it. The audible play coming in, Boston Breach, and you know, I just looked at the map set, which is what made me switch my call, honestly. Terminal, in the way that it plays and how Snoopy looked on their first terminal, I knew that they had a chance in this series. They end up closing that out, forcing the security spawns, playing it perfectly and getting bookstore, and then we move on to that game number 2. And oh my goodness, they look so much better in the search and destroy, making plays left and right. Snoopy wrapping back over towards Bus. That play where he threw the nade on the ground, gets the first kill, damages the guy at the bus, backs up, finds a 2-piece. Do yourself a favor, go back and rewatch that search and destroy, because this kid is going to be a beast in our league. Boston Breach shutting a lot of people up, man.
No, I completely agree. That Search and Destroy was easily my favorite map of this series. Boston, the biggest difference between them and Toronto in that map number 2 was when they saw an opening, they took it. Specifically Cap and Snoopy. When Cap got through the bomb, when he just got godlike timing on the Toronto Ultra players and just played for that kill and stayed alive afterwards and found a second one on the player on the hunt trying to trade him out. Beautiful stuff.
Gotta say, there was never more an important time to win than tonight for Boston. You are going into the holidays, riding some positive vibes, in big part thanks to this young man. Your play of the game is Snoopy, and he is here live right now in our Monster Winners Spotlight.
Hey, what's up?
Snoopy, bro, what was going on in the Boston camp? We all went purple on the desk, and you made us look like idiots.
No, I mean, honestly, we just knew we needed to get this dub. Because, you know, as you know, we were 0-3, couple of losses that we know like we could have won them, but just unfortunate. And, you know, we're just happy to get this dub tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Congrats, Snoopy, on this first W. I mean, you had quite the series. Even at the beginning, when you guys were playing Atlanta, you looked extremely comfortable on the map. What's it been like for you kind of being the player that Boston looked to kind of build around and possibly being the Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciated them for giving me the chance to play with, you know, these teammates I have right now. I've been learning a lot from them, and I'm just really excited to keep working, get better, and yeah, I've been learning a lot.
Snoopy, safe to say that was the best performance we've seen from you so far in the CDL. Absolutely taking over on every single map. Today it looked like you were more comfortable, like you had the green light to go out there and make more plays. Was there a discussion that you guys had, or were you just like, screw it, I'm gonna let loose today?
No, honestly, yeah. I realized, like, in the past games, I was, like, you know, sometimes I was, like, hessing, like, plays and stuff. So, I mean, just practicing and talking to my teammates helped me to, you know, like, just go for it, you know? Because if you're not confident, you're not going to win, so.
Absolutely.
You got to be confident.
Snoopy, I can't wait to watch your highlights here in just a moment, but before we let you go, I got to ask you about the final kill in this series. You and Capsidal did all the work leading up to it, but it was Slasher who put the exclamation mark on it, the 1v1 victory. What was it like watching that final fight?
I mean, I was like kind of shocked that I died because I didn't think like he could get an angle on me. But you know, we knew Austin had the ice, so I'm just happy to win.
Young talent and some world champions with ice in the veins. I like what you guys are building up there in Boston.
Appreciate you.
Cheers, Snoopy. We're going to let you go celebrate with the Boston Breach. For now, we got to reflect on everything awesome, including Snoopy's domination. It's my play of the game because I want a montage from this young man, and it's more than just one play.
I mean, it's the whole series, right? I mean, like he said in the interview, he felt way more comfortable on the map during this series. I mean, map number 1, 32-22 to start us off. Then we go in the search and destroy. He doesn't skip a beat. He goes 9-4 with his sub duo and Capsidal. And then we all saw that control. I mean, we don't even have to talk about it, Ant.
Listen, Allie, his plays know no bounds. He's making plays from series a couple days ago, from today, and this was the play that I was talking about. I mean, the heads-up play to throw the nade at the ground to try to get that information, even if he pushes him. absolutely slams them, and there it is, throwing up the 3-0, taking the W. Just an incredible win from the Boston Breach boys.
By the way, if you don't follow the Intel account, you probably should. They're hilarious on Twitter. Shout out to everyone who's been tweeting. Remember, you can stay involved on Twitter. We'll put you live here on the show. And of course, sync yourself on the calendar and everything else, because we're coming back in January. Before that, let's revisit our final day of action. Only 9 games today, Nameless. It went fast.
Yeah, today was a very swift day. And I think we looked at the schedule and we kind of thought it had that potential to be swift like that.
Yes.
But we had some upsets in games 2 and 3. Game 1, though, kind of went as expected. 3-0 for OpTic Texas. Cool comp.
Let's take a look at that OpTic versus Royal Raven battle. Carolina coming in after a tough loss last night, going up against one of the favorites in the league. They always have the fan support, and today, well, they had the support of their new star. Pred was carrying this team to victory.
Yeah, no real upset this morning when it comes to OpTic Texas. They still haven't dropped a hard point since that first loss at the beginning of this season, and it wasn't close anywhere. Sometimes in 3-0s, you can be like, hey, you know, it doesn't tell the whole story. That is not the case with this one. That was a 250 to 129, a 6-2, and a 3-0 for OpTic Texas to possibly set the record for the shortest amount of game time so far.
Yeah, and as much as, you know, some people were thinking the league was going to be a little top-heavy this year, in this match it might have been like that, but the match after that, LA Thieves taking that loss to LAG, like, I don't know what to think now. Like, who's in the, I guess, 5th through 8th spot in the league? It's tough to sort of rank the teams at this current standing.
Allie, did you only get one prediction right today? Because I'm thinking about this second match of the day, and you picked LA Thieves, not the purple team that ended up winning this one.
Listen, I picked LA Thieves like 60% of the chat probably did. Listen, I gotta say, LAG really shocked me today. They all were on the same page, and honestly, it was Fame that really shocked me. He took over, and I think my favorite thing about LAG is every time we went to a player cam, it was Fame talking to the team. It was him kind of getting everybody ready for the next round. So clearly looking like he might be the leader for this squad, surprisingly enough, and I'm excited what they do next patch.
Yeah, and some beautiful plays here on the sub base as well, putting them in some traps, getting the right spawns, able to break into tunnel. Like, these are things that you love to see from LAG, a team that when the Challengers guys came into the scene last year, incredible at hardpoint. Then it sort of teetered off a little bit, but now they have DiamondCon. This was a player that they wish they had last year. The visa issues, not able to get over to the States, that has been solved, and he is here, and he is showing why he deserved to be here since last year. He dropped 40, or almost, did he have 40?
He had 40, he dropped 40.
He tied the record on that map 1, dropping 40 and sort of setting the tone for the rest of that series, and then ending it with a nice peace out. We'll see ya. I think that's us too.
That's us too. Thank you all for tuning in for the first 2 weekends here of the CDL 2024 season. We have plenty more games coming your way as we return in January. If you want to see the full schedule, well, check it out right here. And of course, sync your calendars as we revisit this weekend, though, Alley Cat. For anyone who missed the games live, what series do they need to go back and watch?
Well, if you want some upsets, definitely go back and watch today's matches. However, if you really want a banger, I say go back and watch that Miami Heretics from the beginning of the weekend.
All right, Nameless, it's time for us to close things out. Everyone is ready to drink some eggnog. Final thoughts before the holidays.
Man, can we get some game 5s when we get back after this patch? I need some of these teams to step it up, man.
Alley Cat?
Gonna miss you guys. Happy holidays. Be safe.
Happy holidays. And if you run into us in matchmaking, take it easy on me. I don't have everything unlocked yet. We love you. We'll see you in January for more CDL.
You know I'm a renegade. Baby, I'm a renegade.
Breaking all the rules. At the mind now, this ain't win or lose. This is what you wanted from me, lit the fuse. Be a pawn all my life, I refuse. You were scheming all my life, now you need me. Not seeing it as a big deal, it's something I can't repeat. In the lab like Dexter, you sabotage like Dee. Yeah, I got the crown now, it's mine now, I'm knee deep. Yeah, I got the crown now, it's mine now. I can't be minimized. On the throne, you've been advised. Wanted me down, but I switched it up. I'm top tier, better listen up. Overhype can't trip me up. Over the way, had to lift me up. What a shot like rolls, even if nobody knows ya. On my own wave, I am gold, ya. You was trying to block me on the low, ya. Took the high road, let me demonstrate. Cause the old me gone like I've been erased.
Take it on me. Watch out, watch out, GODRX. Watch out, GODRX.
Playing for his.
Let's close to UG. Help single clay.
On point. Stop, just jump that short. Last
Nice, that's good point.
Trying to get off the rest.
Alright, 5. Yeah, only 5,
I'm
man.
streaking.
Oh, go.
He's left side window. Watch
2
out.
useless, one just crossed time now, back alley, and last 2 in red.
Watch out,
Watch out,
Oh my god, I'm out of control.
Don't take it. Matt,
I told you guys. I told you, I got you this, man.
Come on, bro. You gotta like.
Bro, like, yes, let's go fuck around. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? We've never done that. Have we?